Wow. I'm so cool.
Yeah, you're seeing what TikTok, you're seeing what YouTube is seeing. I actually have to adjust it, but I want to get this thing started because since everybody's
Yeah,
not.
because I'm so great.
Yeah, because you're so great. Because you're so great. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? We're just getting this thing loaded up. Sorry, I know that the screen looks a little funk. Why does the screen look like that, actually? Why does the screen look... Okay, there it goes. I know the screen looks a little funky, but that's just because I'm adjusting as we go. So I apologize. I shouldn't be apologizing. Someone else should be apologizing. We'll get to that later. How's everybody doing today? How many of y'all were waiting? I'm so sorry for being 15 minutes late. I know you guys have been waiting on me. And I do apologize for being late. You guys know that I'm late all the time on Wednesdays. And you guys also know that I've been having a hard time with... oh, there was like 50 of y'all waiting. I'm so sorry. I do apologize for Queen. So I apologize. I apologize for her and definitely not for me. Yeah, I was out there, dude. I was out there playing tennis. I was having a good old time. And y'all know, for y'all that have watched me do the live with guests, you guys know that I've been having a hard time with my audio settings whenever I bring a guest on. So I'm running through all my audio settings, trying to make sure I have a guest on, and I'm pretty sure Queen didn't have something plugged in, like her microphone or something, which is why I couldn't hear her. But that's okay. That's okay.
Allegedly.
That's okay. As many things as I've messed up with audio settings, we're gonna forgive her on this time. Welcome everybody in. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. We are actually going to be having guests 3 days in a row. And I'll mention that coming up forward and a little bit later in the show. But we are actually going to be having guests on 3 days in a row. Tonight we have Queen V. Tomorrow we have Matt. Matt, you guys remember Matt from the last show that I did with a guest?
You are connected as the host.
I know.
Welcome, host.
Hi.
You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
Thank you. I usually do that before I get online, and I forgot today. But yeah, we're gonna have Matt on tomorrow, and then on Friday we're going to have a guy I haven't been on live with, but I know a lot of you guys on TikTok know, and that is Mr. Nemo, and Nemo will be on the show on Friday. So I don't normally run guests, so I'm trying new things. So, do you have is there like a fish tank or something maybe?
I have a turtle that has a bidet.
No, I can hear the water running in the background.
Yeah, do you want me to turn off his bidet?
If you can, yeah, unless he really needs it for the moment.
I mean, listen, Rocky LeBron James, I could turn it off. No worries. It's okay. He doesn't need it. He's not that fancy.
Man, we got turtles out here living better than I am. What the heck is going on here? Why do I got turtles out here living better than I am? That's wild. Yeah, we got turtles living. You know, I was actually, funny enough, I was actually looking into getting a bidet, funny enough. We were actually just looking into that. And but I'm too bougie. Like I want one, but I want like a super bougie one. We're talking about I was actually just looking into bidets. And I was gonna get one, but I want a really bougie one. And those things are expensive. They're like $600-700. And
I was just kidding. It's just a filter.
No, we weren't. Don't lie. So don't lie to me, okay? You ain't gotta lie to kick it in these streets. All right. No, I was looking at a bidet, but I want one with like, first of all, I want the one that warms the water. So you gotta like hook it up into your water system. So that's a whole thing, right? You can get a $25 one that works as well. No. First of all, okay, like. No, that's just not the way that works. Okay, the one I want, first of all, it warms the water, right? So you hook it up into your hot water system in your like, you know, underneath your sink. So that's important. Got to tap into the hot water. And then, okay, then they make ones with heated seats too, right? Which I want that one too, right? But the problem is that you need an outlet near your toilet, which I don't happen to have, right? So now I'd have to run a whole new outlet to pretty much to my toilet in order to get the bidet I want. Anyway, so I got frustrated and gave up.
You thought it through. You thought this through. I mean, I think you should make it happen. Honestly.
I got
Next
frustrated and gave up. I did. That's what happened. I got frustrated and gave up because I'm like, now I gotta hire. Now in order to get this, I gotta hire electricians. I gotta hire plumbers. I gotta hire so many things in order to make this happen. And now I'm just like, I don't know. Does he? Poor what? Please adopt you. Why? I think you're grown. Aren't you grown? I don't think I'm allowed to adopt grown people. Is that legal here? This is Florida. Everything's weird here. Everything.
Very interesting. Very interesting comment.
Well, we did have the whole conversation about Florida, not passing a bill recently that you can't get married to your first cousin. Like they shot it down.
That was even a bill?
Yeah. So they had to pass a bill where it was going to make marrying your first cousin illegal, and they didn't pass it. It didn't pass.
It's legal though.
Yeah. So it's still legal. Yeah. This was going to make it illegal, and it didn't pass. Yeah. So you can still do it. So in case you were wondering, in case you were interested, you can still come to Florida, and
no, I'm cool.
You can still come to Florida.
Florida.
If you're interested. Yeah.
Lovely Florida.
What city are you in?
All things are possible.
What city are you in?
I'm in California. And I know they're mad.
Yeah. I don't think there's any cousin marrying in well, I mean there is cousin marrying in California. Just depends on which part you go to. Yeah, you get up like Bakersfield.
Married out here.
Yeah, you get up towards Bakersfield, I'm pretty sure.
And Redding, Humboldt area.
Oh yeah,
there's
you
parts
go
in California.
Yeah, what part are you in?
District 1. I am in the Bay Area.
Okay.
I am in the area of their favorite person ever, Kamala Harris.
Yeah, because I realized I said up to Bakersfield, and I was like, hold on, depending on which part you're from, it could be down to Bakersfield.
Right.
Yeah, I'm from where Bakersfield is up, so Riverside County.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm on the other side.
Yeah,
so.
you're up in the lesser, but still cool side. The NorCal is the lesser, but still okay. Like we allow you guys to hang out. Yeah. We allow you guys
acting like that. You're not even here, but okay.
I mean, really, California should be two separate states, right? Like it 100%.
The beef continues, and you're not even here.
What's that?
The beef between SoCal and NorCal continues, and you're not even here.
I haven't lived in California in almost 20 years.
But it's still deep.
I still haven't lost the beef. Yeah, I still don't.
Yeah, it just stays. It remains. It doesn't matter. Like it's a continuous thing.
Immediately I hear
about you guys.
Yeah, immediately I hear that someone's from Northern California, and I'm like, you're cool, but like not as cool as me.
I mean, I'm glad you think that. Sure.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but not quite as cool as me, and that's what that happens. I understand.
Well,
it's fair.
We gave you a vice president, so.
Yeah. I mean, you gave us a vice president. I mean, I'm not saying everyone. Like I said, I would rather take someone from NorCal than someone from most states.
Correct.
That's all. I would rather have someone from NorCal than most states. Okay. But I would take someone from Southern California way above someone from Northern California. So that's like where the hierarchy goes.
All right. I'm head out.
It goes like,
no, I'm just kidding.
It goes like Southern California, then it goes like anywhere around New York City, and then we jump back over to NorCal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
we can both agree we don't like Central California.
Nobody likes
Central. On that.
People in Central California don't like Central California. Okay.
Perfect.
So yeah, that doesn't happen, period. So someone said Montana is the best state. So funny thing about Montana. So I was actually I had an uncle who had talked about moving to Montana. And so like I looked up, I was like, I don't remember why it came into my head, but I was just like, there can't be black people there, right? Like, and that just came into my head. There can't be black people in Montana. And I was pretty much right. Like, as far as like per capita, there are fewer black people in Montana than any other state. Like it is, I don't even think I don't even think it's not even like racist. It's just like there's just 7 of them. Like there's no one to be racist against,
I was gonna say like alive, but okay, yeah.
Yeah. There's 7 that weren't run out of town. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
But yeah, so no, I'm good. I'm good. I've been to a lot of states, and the ones I haven't been to, I'm usually pretty cool about that. I feel like I've been to most of the good ones at this point. But that's just my opinion. I feel like I've been to most of the good ones. Um and yeah, the rest of them can hang out. I don't know. I have no huge will to go to the Dakotas.
Well, I mean, I just started reading the book, The Indigenous Peoples, the History of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as I continue to go through it, I may actually want to try to go to the Dakotas. But I think I would want to go with a guide.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't want to go by myself.
The way I feel about the
For
Dakotas, I'm like, I might as well
reasons.
just go to Canada.
I've been. It's pretty cool. Well, I went to one spot. I went to Toronto, so for like a minimal amount of time. So it was
Yeah.
they really love maple syrup.
Yeah, I've
We talk
heard.
about it a lot.
I've heard. I do
very
want to go to
serious.
Canada. I can't believe I've been to as many countries as I've been to and not to Canada.
It's Canada now.
Canada.
According- Yeah, because the Bad Bunny is Canada.
Oh, Canada. There you go.
Yeah. They're Spanish. now.
Bad Bunny, the president of Puerto Rico. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. I'm pretty sure that's the way that
Yes.
works. Y'all come
That's how that
on
works.
in, hit that like button, come join the live. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome also. We have Queen V on the live today. She is going to hang out with me. She's going to keep up. We're going to keep up with some news, some current events, some banter, and possibly even some debates if we get some people that want to debate. So if you still support Trump, you can join in the guest request box and come hang out. Whether that's on TikTok by go join the guest request box, or calling the number that's above her head, below my head, and we can get into some conversations. Okay, we are just starting this thing out and just getting this thing moving. So let's all come in. Let's say some chat as we're getting things started. That way we can get people in and get the live moving. You guys know what to do to keep it moving. You guys know you have extra work on Wednesdays too. Whenever I get on late, you guys know that we have extra work. Like on my one live, on my horizontal live, on the YTs, on the Red app over there, I somehow have 109 people watching and 40 likes. That doesn't make any sense. All of y'all should have easily hit that that like button by now. So yeah, we can help push this. Over there on TikTok, we are at about 13,000 likes. Let's see about getting that thing up to that first 50,000 so we can get moving. Anyways, also, do I have a screener in right now?
Then you're screening calls.
Oh yeah, I should have. I usually have a screener in right now, but if we don't have one, we'll survive. We will survive without it. I'm gonna get the auto screen. Oh, there we go. Yep, we need to bring that up. Cool. All right, looks like we do have a caller that's coming in. It doesn't look like we have a screener. Oh, why is that?
That was me.
Oh, okay.
I fixed it.
All good, all good. All right.
Just blame me. It's obviously going to be me.
You have been the bane of my existence for the last half an hour. All right, but I'm already over it. I'm already over it. All right.
And it's just get back for the number debacle.
That wasn't even my fault.
Yes, it's your driving.
How is that my? Is it my driving?
I'm just blaming you.
You mean Ari's lack of coordination? That's what you mean.
I am blaming you for Ari.
Ari knows how I drive. She shouldn't be doing. Yeah, I was just sitting there because
believe women.
We were trying to. She'll say it's her fault. We were sitting there, and she was just. And I was like, because we were in Nashville last weekend on vacation, and I was like, yeah, I really wanted to have Queen on the live this week. I was like, I'm surprised. She hasn't texted me, and she's like, it's in the group chat, and I'm like, what group chat? And she's like, oh, I created a group chat, and I'm like, not one that I'm in. I was like, I don't know who you created. And so she's like, yeah, the group chat. And so I was like, oh, okay, like the group chat. And so I was like, I looked through my phone. I was like, babe, there's no group chat. It doesn't exist. So I was like, give me your phone. And so she gives me her phone. I'm like, that's not my phone number. Like, not even close. And
Literally not even anywhere remotely close.
so
Like,
what
not one
happened
number.
was I got a new phone a few weeks ago, right? I got a new phone, and they took my old phone and they gave my old phone a new number. All right. And so I was texting Ari on that new number for my old phone, and then I switched back to my regular number afterwards. Well, I guess it's saved in her phone as the primary number for me, and so when she added me, it just added that number, which is crazy. But I'm glad we got you on. And that's what's
We
important.
figured it out.
We do have a caller. We have someone waiting on hold over here. We got John. And we're gonna try to bring John in. But y'all, if you guys would like to support the live, I really, really appreciate it. It does help to keep these lives like this going. So if you guys would like to support, I do have super chats and gifts. Great stuff going on over there with that. I really appreciate y'all with those. We also have a live gift goal. Make sure you're taking care of Queen too. Her profile is as the guest over there. So even though you see her on the bigger screen, which honestly, she's kind of hidden right now. I kind of want to bring you up I need to bring you up a little bit. But anyways, I'll fix that on the fly. But you can gift her over on that, and make sure you're following her also too. And you can follow that screen. Like I said, it's in the guest request box, so you don't even have to look for her. I'm going to be working on your screen because I didn't realize how drowned in the comments you were. So I'm going to fix that on the fly. And we're going to get this thing going. So I really appreciate you. Yeah, let's see if we can get that live gift goal. Thank you guys for whoever sent those surfing penguins. So I saw Bill send one of them. So
Bill.
I
love Bill.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bill. That is a great song.
That is classic.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
I am 31.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Can you hear the guest, Queen?
Hi.
Can you hear the caller?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay, I'm just making sure my audio is good. Can you hear her?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Then our audio settings are working well. That's great. Perfect. Anyways, why do you still support Trump, sir?
One of the reasons that I support him is because of the immigration policy, more or less. I think that keeping a border around America, keeping it safe. I mean, as far as the prices going up and different things like that, the gas prices are going to fluctuate up and down, has through history. It's always just going to stay up. But I like his immigration policy more than anything.
Yeah, well, first of all, let me address the gas prices real quick since you brought it up. There's a difference between gas prices fluctuating and intentional things done that create gas prices to go up, right? So those are two completely different things, right? So if Donald Trump just came in, didn't really do much, and the gas prices started to rise, I wouldn't blame Donald Trump for that. He's not in control of gas prices. And generally, outside of a few different policies, the president doesn't generally have that much to do with gas prices, right? But when Donald Trump does something specifically that has the result of doing that, of raising gas prices, and does that anyway, then that's not a gas fluctuation. That's an intentional act by the president that raised gas prices. You see the difference?
Sure. I mean, that would pretty much tell me that the Democratic presidents that we've had before in the past, maybe in 2008 or so, that the gas prices were going up then as well. So it was intentionally done by them as well.
What did they do?
Gas prices went up. You said it was...
No, sorry. I'll repeat what I said. Gas prices generally going up and down, not the president's fault. Okay? But when there is an intentional act done by a president that causes gas prices to go up, then it's their fault. So general fluctuation, not the president's fault, not Trump's fault, not Biden's fault, not Obama's fault, not Bush's fault, nobody's fault. General fluctuation of gas prices, not their fault, right? Wars happening in other countries that we're not involved in. You know, Russia attacking Ukraine, lowering the flow of oil because, you know, another country attacked another country that we didn't have anything to do with. Not the U.S. president's fault, right? None of those are U.S. president's fault. U.S. president attacking Iran, when every war game said that the first thing that they would do was close the Strait of Hormuz, They close that strait. Gas prices go up due to that closure. President's fault. See the difference?
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that. I understand that the way that it gets into the country has obviously been kind of hindered. But I would ask you, how else were we to deal with Iran?
How else were we to deal with them? As far as what?
Yeah, like how are we supposed to deal with him? Like what were we supposed to do? What would Kamala or Biden do?
Well, the reason why I'm asking you as far as what is because the Iran situation is a complicated situation and it's very nuanced, right? So there's multiple factors when it comes to how we could deal with Iran, right? So you have the nuclear factor, you have their funding of proxies, that's a different factor. Their conventional weapons, that's a different factor, right? Their general, their general disruption within the Gulf states, that's a different factor, right? And all of those different things have different answers to how we can address them. But if you think that there is just a one size fits all to just how do we deal with Iran, there's not one. And that's why this war doesn't work, right? Because it's a one size fits all answer to a not one size fits all problem. Well, what happened? Hold on. Somebody just pulled him out of the,
Hello?
sorry. Hi, sorry. I think one of my screeners came in and pulled you out of my room. So did you hear what I said there?
Not the last minute.
Yeah, I said that there's multiple different factors that contribute to Iran. So that's why this war doesn't work, because it's a one size fits all fix to a problem that's not one size fits all.
Okay, so the best way, I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, what exactly is the solution for that in your eyes, since you don't support Trump's actions on this particular topic?
To which part?
Yeah.
The war
What
in
exactly
Iran.
is the problem? What's the specific problem that you're trying to solve? So we can
The
talk
war.
about it. Which
Well,
part of, like, what specifically?
The war was supposed
war
to
is
fix
general.
a problem. That
Yeah.
you're saying that backwards. The war was supposed to be the fix for a problem. So if you're asking me what problem, I need to know which part of the problem. That's what I'm saying.
How are you going to keep Iran from getting nuclear weapons? How about that one?
Do you know what the JCPOA was?
I couldn't hear you.
Do you know what the JCPOA was?
No.
How old are you?
31.
Okay. Do you remember who Barack Obama was?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard of people saying that he had a deal in place with Iran and they didn't really like it very much? Have you heard anybody talk about it?
No, I never heard about that.
Yeah, that was the JCPOA. And then it was essentially like a deal to make sure that they were monitoring. I'm sure Polly can go into explaining it more eloquently than me. But long story short, there was a deal in place, the JCPOA, where we could monitor where they were at with making sure they didn't get to a point where they can make a nuclear weapon. And then Donald Trump went in and he threw it out. And he was supposed to come to a better deal. And he did not.
Yeah, so just to piggyback off that, the JCPOA, or they called it Obama's nuclear deal, which is where we had a deal where Iran would not enrich uranium past 2.7% or 3%, whatever. Some people say it differently, but it's 2.7%. And in that deal, they wouldn't create any nuclear material that went over a certain enrichment level. We would be able to go in and check and make sure that they weren't enriching past that level, right? And and if they did that, then we would release sanctions on them so that they were able to sell oil or any of the other things that they want to do to be able to interact with the rest of the world more easily, right? So that stopped them from having a nuclear weapon. It stopped them to have stopped them from having any nuclear material that could have been that could have gotten to weapons grade. And it did it very, very successfully, and it did it without war. So that is one way that I think that we could deal with this situation, because they didn't start enriching uranium further than that until Donald Trump came in and then immediately pulled us from that deal. And when he pulled us from that deal, that's when they actually started getting highly enriched uranium again, up to 60%, I believe, at this point. Hello? John?
Hello.
Oh, goodness. Sorry. I had John muted on accident.
Oh no.
Oh, I had John muted on accident. That was my fault. You
Well,
have
Polly,
that. Well, no, what happened was you have an echo.
who me?
Yeah, you have an echo, and I muted it so that you would stop having it. I muted a certain part so that you wouldn't stop an echo, and I accidentally muted him.
Oh no.
That was on me. So I was trying to fix your echo. I didn't realize I had muted him. That was on me. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for coming in. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Maybe John will call back and we can finish the conversation. But yeah, that was definitely on me. I had tried to mute her echo and I ended up muting too much. So it happens. It happens. So what are you gonna do? We make mistakes. We learn and we move forward. We listen. We don't judge. Uh, anyways, thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate that. If you guys would like to support the live, we are going to move on to the next caller and try to keep this thing going. But if you guys would like to support the live, again, I do have super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio. Memberships, those are always fun. Thank you so much, Norm, for the laughing disco, Hop for the laughing disco, Zoe for the 6-7, and Vicky for the star too. I really appreciate that. Ogden, also thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really appreciate that. But yeah, anyways, to go on with that conversation that guy was trying to get to is, yeah, there's diplomatic ways that we can deal with, the nuclear issue when it comes to Iran. There's actually many different ways that we can deal with that situation. And war is not even fixing the problem. And I was actually thinking about this actually earlier today. What's crazy is I remember thinking, like, during and you can tell what you think about this, Queen. I remember thinking when after Russia invaded Ukraine, because everybody thought that when Russia invaded Ukraine, they were going to be in and out of that thing in like 2 weeks, maybe a month, right? And then the whole thing was going to be over. And because we had this expectation that Russia's military was just so superior that they were just going to wipe them out. And then after like a while, you're just like, oh man, they're a lot weaker than we thought. Like they're a lot weaker than we thought they were. We thought that Russia was just going to wipe them out, and they didn't even get close. And now I'm looking at this situation. I'm like, I bet you that's what China is thinking about us right now. I bet China's looking at our inability to even like slightly secure the Strait of Hormuz, or to be able to get ships through, or to be able to even like come to some type of end with a country that is supposed to be well below us as far as military superiority. I bet they're looking at it, just licking their lips. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that China needed to see this to feel that way. I think about how they have a extensive monopoly on the rare earth minerals market, right, or industry in itself, and have had that for a while. Not just essentially being able to excavate it, but being able to refine it as well. They've had that locked in for a few decades, since I believe the U.S. Locked them out of the developing tech. I think in like the 1980s, they started focusing on that, and I'm sure you know this, Polly, we need that material in order to do a lot of our weaponry and a lot of what we need for our military. So if you're thinking about how, from China's standpoint, even if you were to go to war with us, to replenish your stock, you need to essentially probably work with us at some point, because you can dig is a lot, but can you refine the material? Probably not. So it would be kind of idiotic for you to think to fight with us. And with who we keep electing, they're probably like, you're not very bright anyway. So I don't think that they needed to see this for them to know that. And so now they're probably laughing even more. And you can even kind of hear it and how Donald Trump talks about China. He was talking, a lot of bravado when he first came down that fucking escalator,
fucking escalator
10 years ago.
That fucking escalator.
Yeah, and then now he's like, China and us, we're kind of, we're talking a little bit, like it's cool, we're coming to agreements. He's kind of backed off a little bit, and kind of slowed it down on how much he's talking about them, because I think he's seeing that he's actually making China great as opposed to like making America great with all of the decisions he's been making recently. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting.
He's sure making somebody great. I know it ain't us.
Not us. It ain't us.
I know.
Oh, man.
I know it ain't us. Yeah, and actually, like I was just having a. By the way, y'all, phone lines are open. If you support Trump, you can call in or join the guest request box and have a conversation. But it was actually really, really interesting. Like how I was talking to somebody who was running for a House seat in South Dakota today, and it was really interesting. And I don't want to blow up the whole thing because it's a great interview. It'll be live on my channel in a couple of months ish, something like that. But no, none of y'all remember by then anyway. But South Dakota was hit very, very hard by by the tariffs and stuff like that because they soybean industry and all that sort of stuff is very big there. And she was talking about literally like the fertilizer issue that they're running with the Strait of Hormuz. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I have a neighbor that is just not using fertilizer to plant and is just like okay with not having the production, that they normally have, and they just kind of had to take that as it is what it is, because either you buy the fertilizer that's super, super expensive, and then you plant, and hope that you get the return on investment, or you just don't use it and have a worse crop and just hope that that balances itself out because you're not paying for it. That's about it."
Yeah, because didn't they like make potash cost more money?
Yeah.
Like they from Canada.
Yep.
Brilliant, right? and when did all of a sudden Republicans like not care about where their taxes are going or like at all? Like when I talk to them,
yeah.
right? It's like on the panel, all of a sudden they're like, "It's fine.
It's insane.
I don't mind paying, $1.2 trillion over the next 20 years on a golden dome. It's cool." Like that's where I want my taxpayer dollars to go. Like I don't need affordable housing. It's fine. It's cool because we care now about people in other countries and liberating them.
They don't care. They don't care where their money's being spent. They care who's spending it. That's all they care about.
That's a bar.
They would rather have a Republican spend money overseas than a Democrat actually spend money here. I do have a caller. We'll see if they're actually here or not. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi. How old are you?
Yeah, this is Brian.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 35.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Perfect. Real quick before we get started, Bill, thank you so much for hooking Queen V up with the hanging lights. I really appreciate you. And I'm sure she does also. And Blacker Tony, thank you so much for the surfing penguin. Y'all, let's try to clear this gift goal out of the surfing penguins and make sure you guys are hooking up Queen too. I really appreciate that. All right. So why do you still support Trump?
All right. First of all, I'll let you know that I'm African, and there are certain things I would want to highlight and make you understand when I'm going to talk about Christians, but in particular, Donald Trump has done a lot of things for the Christian community.
You mean his community?
You look at Europe,
because he's
for example.
Jesus.
Yes. You look at Europe, for example. He went to Europe. His vice president went to Europe and spoke against discrimination against Christians. You would find that even in Canada, right here in Canada, Christians were being arrested in public, speaking the gospel, preaching the gospel.
That's not true.
Muslims, the Muslims were never
that's
arrested.
not true. Yeah.
No, that's very true. I can show you that. I can show you the link and you can look up to that.
Cool. Where's the link?
Okay. So give me a second.
Yeah.
You talk about Europe, right? You can just...
no, you said in Canada, they were arresting Christians for preaching on the street, but they were allowing Muslims to do it. Please show me that article. Would love to see it.
All right, give me a second.
All right. Anyway, while he's finding that, thank you so much, Bill, for hooking up that surfing penguin. The surfing penguins. I appreciate that. Yeah, Canada. I don't know what you guys are doing over there. I know I have quite a few people that watch me from Canada, so I'm real curious to see what you guys are doing up there. Apparently, did you guys get rid of free speech and not tell us down here? Because I thought y'all were living pretty good over there, and it sounds like you guys are
Yeah, yeah,
are doing crazy stuff.
yeah. So I found an article on YouTube, right? It says reports of
An
arrest of
article on hold
Christians
on,
in
an article on what?
That was 2019 and 2020, Canada.
All
It
right, what's
says that
the name of the where's the article at? What's the name? I'll just pull it up so that we can prove your point.
what you can do is you can just Google to see if you can
I don't need to
find.
Google. You just Googled. Now you just tell me what you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm reading. I want to read it for you.
Well, yeah, you can read it for me once I put it on the screen. What's the name of the article? So what's the website and the title of
Okay,
the article that you're reading?
all right, let me see if I can find the article quickly.
I thought you were just on it. I thought you were just reading it.
Yeah, no, I don't see exactly the article, but I can just see what they were busy doing. I can't see the website where I can just go to Mission Network.
Mission
Canada.
Network?
Yes, Canada.
Mission Network
Oh no.
Canada. I have no idea what
Yeah.
this
No,
is.
no. It's a missionary site.
It's a missionary site. Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of this one before. Mission Network Canada. And what's the name of the article? I'm just curious.
All right, it's about Christians being arrested. That's what I can just say.
Christians being
Arrested in the streets.
Being arrested. All right, let's take a look at the article. I'm curious.
All right.
All right. So, let's see what this has to say. This is it's definitely this is funny. Let's see. Hold on, I'm pulling up the article.
Okay.
All right.
I know you.
Oh, he got arrested for disturbing the peace. That's not for being Christian.
No.
It says it first, sir. I have the article that you said.
Can I read
33-year-old
my side?
Arthur
Can I read on my
Pawlowski
side?
will be a
Can I read?
I'm reading your article, sir. It's on the screen right here. I'll put it on the screen right here. Oh, I can't. Oh shoot, I got to move it over here because I have it behind. V over here, but I got it on the screen. Are you reading a different article than I am? Because I'm using your article that you
Even
said.
if you look on the comment sections, people actually.
Why do I
posting
care about the
same that people-
comment section?
Okay.
Why do I need the comment section?
give me time
It
to
says
read, right?
33-year-old Arthur Pawlowski will be in Canadian court tomorrow answering disturbing the peace and trespassing and other charges. So he was trespassing. What? It wasn't for being a Christian. He was arrested for trespassing.
You're talking about an individual. I'm talking about a group of people in different states.
This is the article you told me to pull up. This is whatever you said, Mission, whatever, network, where you told me exactly what to put in. Christian arrested in Canada for preaching and praying. And it says specifically that he was arrested for trespassing.
Okay. If you look down the legislation concerns, can I talk?
Sir,
right?
What I'm saying is, sir, if you were going to say that people were being arrested for being Christian, then I need you to prove it. And I really have no will to listen to you talk about you saying that if you can't prove what you're saying. Because honestly,
I want to read it for you.
Read from where? Read from where?
From the website I just gave you.
I just read it. Do you read a different English than I do?
No. Don't bring that. You have to give me time to speak. If you want
sir.
Allow people to talk.
I give people time to speak who deserve time to speak. You don't deserve a single second of time to speak on my live unless what you are saying is actually factual. Now, if what you're saying is factual, then I will give you time to speak on it. But so far, what you have told me to provide says that he was arrested for trespassing, okay? Now, if I go into your house uninvited and start praying in your house, am I getting arrested for praying or am I getting arrested for breaking and entering?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know which article you're reading on.
So you have do you have a place where you live?
course, I do have a place to live.
Okay, cool. If I break into that place, okay, and start praying like in your bedroom, like I break into your house while you're sleeping, right? Like you're dead asleep. I go into your bedroom and I start praying immediately. Okay? And I'm just like, "Hail Satan, full of grace. Thank you so much for this time that I've allowed me in this African man's bedroom, right? Thank you so much." And I start praying, right? And you
If it's
call the
public,
police. And you
if
call
it's
the
public,
police.
there's
And
no
you call the
trespassing. If
and
it's
you
public, no
call the
trespassing.
police. And you call the police. Okay. Am I being arrested for praying or am I being arrested for trespassing?
Listen to this. I hear what you're saying. If it's public, it's not trespassing. If you break in, the guy did not break in. If
He
it's
was
public, he's allowed to
arrested
preach the gospel.
for preaching to tarot card readers and other fortune tellers who had set up at a private festival. It says it
Okay,
right here.
tell me
Right
me
here,
about this.
event organizers called the police,
Muslims
and
have a
Pawlowski
mosque.
and his brother David were asked not to talk to the vendors again. They agreed and left. Just a few days later, they returned to the place that they were asked not to go back to. This is all, by the way, this is all in the article that you told me to read. I want to pull this up and make this nice and big so everybody knows that I'm not being guessing here. He decided to begin preaching to tarot card readers and other fortune tellers who had set up as part of a festival event near the park. Video shows that he was calm when the vendors became agitated. Event organizers called the police and they were asked not to talk to events. They left. Just a few days later, they returned to pray for the vendors. However, the vendors called the police because they told them not to be there.
Okay, the question I have for you is, if you look at the Muslims, they would mosque temples where around 3 a.m., 2 a.m., they preach, right? Tell me about it. What's the difference between the guy who preaches in the park and having a temple at 3 a.m. that is preaching their own gospel, right? Every day in the morning.
That's really simple. That's
okay,
so
please
easy.
explain.
Yeah, because a mosque or a temple, all right. Or V, are you talking? No? Okay.
I mean, I am, but
okay. I was like,
I'm just saying what the Muslims got to do with this. Like, you good?
Say that into the microphone.
Like they in their mosque, and it's a certain time that they finna pray. If you knew anything about it, but go ahead, Paula, you cooking?
Yeah, I'm just saying, dude, if a mosque is a designated spot built for Muslims to pray, and normally it is open to any Muslim that wants to come there and pray, right? That's simple. It's still private property, but it is private property that has been designated for prayer. This wasn't in the park. Let me be very clear. The article that you said it was near the park. It was a private event near a park. So they went onto private property. Okay. They were harassing people. They were asked to stop harassing people. They were asked to leave and stop harassing people. They came back and started harassing people again. Okay. That's what happened. And they were arrested for the harassment and the trespassing, not the praying.
Okay, if you look at the Constitution of Canada, Public Prayer Ban Bill 9 aims to prohibit collective prayer in public parks, streets, and rooms within the public institutions.
Good.
Right? You must check that. Public Prayer Ban Bill 9.
Sounds great to me.
I have a question for him, Pauline.
Go ahead.
I have a question for him, sir. You're a Christian, I'm assuming, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, so you're a kingdom sibling of mine because I am also a follower of Christ, right? So your authority is supposed to be the word of God, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what does Romans 13, 1 through 7 teach you?
No, really, tell me, what does it say? So I can answer you.
You should know your word. What does it teach you?
No, you should tell me exactly what you mean.
I'm not. You don't know? I'll remind you.
We have a different interpretation of the word of God.
Brother. I'll remind you. You're supposed to respect authority, right? The authority of the land. You're supposed to respect the law, right? The law of the land in which you're walking around.
Where
so
in
the
the
article
word does it
that
say
you're
that?
showing, It's in your Bible, Romans 13, 1 through 7, right?
Give me a second.
It's a story of Paul.
Let me open the Romans 13.
Yeah, open up the Bible. Go look at it.
Romans
I
13
can
verse.
just put it on the
Sorry.
screen. Let
Romans
everyone,
13,
or
1 through
yeah,
7.
we'll put it on the screen, everyone, right here for everybody. Okay, here we go. Boom. See, don't you just love sources? Even though apparently there's more ads on the Christianity.com than I get on freaking TikTok.
Yeah.
Let everybody be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. The authorities that exist have been established by God. Consequently, everybody who rebels against the authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and those who do so will bring judgment for themselves. For rulers hold no terror for those who do right, but for those who do wrong. Do you want to be free from fear in one authority, then do what is right, and you will be commended? Should I keep
Right.
going?
So the
No, you don't
Bible
have
says,
to,
the
but
Bible says,
the authorities are
let me
God's
say something.
servants sent for you to do
Let me
good.
respond.
But if you're
Let me
doing wrong,
let me
of course,
respond.
you should be afraid, for they have power to punish you. They are God's
No, no, no,
servants
no, no,
sent
no,
for
no, no,
the
no.
very purpose of punishing those who do what is wrong. So you must submit to them, not only to avoid punishment, but also to keep a clear conscience. Right? And it
The
also
Bible
goes on to
says,
tell you to pay your
can
taxes,
I read what you're
and
quoting on the
basically to
scripture?
listen
What
to
you
authorities. So basically, even in the Bible, it said when they were told not to trespass the first time, they should have listened. So I don't really understand what you're arguing for. You're arguing
no.
basically to
No,
align with a felon.
The problem with you guys
Huh?
don't give us time to talk. Let me read it for you. The Bible
I
says,
didn't give you time to talk. I've been quiet
no.
most
Yeah,
of the time.
let me talk. I didn't talk. I didn't say anything to you. The Bible says, go ye and preach the gospel to the world. Right?
Yeah, go
My
and make
question to you is,
disciples of many kind,
the
many
question is,
nations.
it doesn't prohibit us from preaching the gospel in the public, in the parks, in an institution. Why? It's a freedom of speech. If I'm preaching in an institution and I'm not disturbing anything and I'm just preaching, there's nothing I'm disturbing. What's the difference between a mosque and a person who's preaching in an institution? You couldn't respond to that.
Sir, that's
Like
the
I said,
point.
I just did.
open on Bill 9.
You said
It says
not
strict
bothering anyone. Remember that little part in there where you just said, and not bothering anyone? You see how when people are praying and they're not
okay.
bothering anyone, no issue. It becomes a problem when they start bothering people.
Okay, so if someone enters the country illegally, he's breaking the rule, Romans 13, verse 1 to 17, right?
Well, that goes actually into the Levitical law too, where the Bible actually says to treat the alien that is in your country as one of your own.
No, you couldn't respond to that because you are arguing.
I mean, I did. I just quoted Levitical law.
Levitical law. Oh, now you're talking about Levitical laws now.
No, you're talking about the Bible and what you're supposed to do.
You are talking about, we talk about the president of this country. I give an example. If someone enters this country, is he breaking Romans 13, verse 1 to 7?
Are they breaking it? Well, possibly. Yeah. I don't know.
You can't answer that.
Well, I don't need to answer that because I'm not a Christian, and I think the law is stupid.
No.
So I don't need to answer that at all. I mean, if you want Queen to answer that, she can. But I think that the law is stupid, and I think that and I'm not a Christian. And to be completely honest with you, if the Bible says to take the alien in, then I don't think it should be a law. I think that the law kind of goes against the Bible at that point, personally.
And you know what? Let me tell you this. I've been to Canada.
I agree.
I've seen Muslims preaching in the streets, train stations, in institutions, but they don't get arrested. Ask people from Canada. Muslims, they do that. But Christians, when they get in any institution, they get arrested. That's why Trump came in and spoke against it.
Sir,
first of all, in Europe,
I don't know what the fuck. Can I level set this? I don't know what the fuck they're doing in Canada has to do with anything with why you support Donald Trump, because Canada is doing their own thing, and honestly, they look like their thing is having a lot more fun than what we're doing over here. So let's just start there. Like, honestly, if it wasn't so fucking cold there, I would totally move there. But I'm a SoCal boy, and I heard y'all turn on the AC when it hit 64. That's what one of my Canadian friends told me the other day. So I just can't be doing that. Okay, I live in the U.S. Okay, and one of my favorite places to go, okay, is New Orleans. Okay, I love New Orleans. You ever been in New Orleans, guest?
Mm-hmm.
You've been in New Orleans. That's on V. You been in New Orleans?
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. New Orleans is the blast. And every single time I go to NOLA, every single time there is multiple groups of evangelicals in the middle of freaking Bourbon Street preaching as loud as they can, literally calling everyone else sinners and how they're the worst people ever and all sorts of stuff. And they have that right to do that. Okay. I think it's stupid, but they have the right to go out there and just yell. As long the police see them, they're authorized to be there, whatever. Even though they're annoying as shit, they have the right to be there. And I have the right, okay, to walk up to them and yell "Hail Satan" at them, okay, and scream at them and do whatever I want. Because if they're going to be an annoyance to me, then I also have the freedom of speech to go and be an annoyance to them, right? We get to do this both ways. So they do their thing, and I get nice and freaking drunk, right, on in the French Quarter, and I go out there and I use my free speech just like they're using their free speech, okay? But they're, like you said, in a public space. They are authorized to be there. Okay. And while there may be an annoyance, they are exercising their free speech, and nobody's coming and arresting them. Okay. Honestly, I wish we could do a little bit more. Like maybe they should be able to not do as much as they do, but no one's going out there arresting them. They are Christians. They are out there. They are bothering everyone fucking out there. Okay. And yet they are still allowed to go there. Right. And that is what's happening in the United States. That happened when I went to New Orleans when Obama was president, they were out there. When Trump was president the first time, they were out there. When Biden was president, they were out there. And now Trump's president again, went to New Orleans last year. They're still out there, okay? So Christians' freedom of speech is not being threatened. Christians are not under fire. Christians are literally in charge of most of the motherfucking government,
they
okay?
Were never. No, let me hold on a second.
Most of the government.
We were never in charge. We were never in charge. Don't say that. We were never in charge.
Name one president who wasn't a Christian.
We were never in charge. We just started when Donald Trump came in.
Oh, right? Yeah. So Biden being a Christian, Christian's not in charge. And then Barack Obama before also being a Christian, not Christians in charge. And George W. Bush before that also being a Christian, Christians were in charge. But Donald Trump, Mr. I sell Trump Bibles, doesn't know a single Bible verse, doesn't know a single book of the Bible, depicts himself as Jesus healing people. Okay, that guy is the one that's bringing Christianity to that's the person who literally just built a golden statue of himself at Mar-a-Lago and had a pastor anointing the fucking statue. Like what? Like number one rule. I've been a Christian a long time. Number one rule: can't build gold statues and worship them. Like that's
literally
way up
think
there.
About Moses' story, okay, with the 10 Commandments. He's not a Christian, okay. Like, come on now.
So,
let's think about it.
Let me say something. Can I say something? Is that okay?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for giving me time. I want to talk to my sister over there, right? And,
all right, go on.
I'm so embarrassed by the way she quoted the scripture, and you guys could not answer the questions that I gave it to you. Right. Secondly, what I want you to understand that right now we're in a better place as Christians. We feel comfortable. Donald Trump has been fighting against the LGBTQ plus whatever.
What's the D stand for?
Which is nonsense.
You said LGBT.
I don't
plus.
care what that is. Right?
I just want to know what the
look
D
in the
stand
Bible
for.
in Genesis 19.
You know what the D stands for.
Yeah. You know, if you look at Genesis 19, the reason why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed was because of the love of flesh, sexual immoralities.
You better not say gay.
And now we have a problem with the Democrats. When they are asked what is a woman, they're unable to explain what is a woman. What is a man? Nobody tells you when it comes to the Democrats. But when you go to Republicans, they'll tell you who's a woman is your mother, who's your dad. You should know, right? So that's why you'd see that when Biden was in power, Biden was in power, you'd see females on male in female sport, which is never.
I have a question for you. Why did the Republicans vote for a president who was a man in a woman's sport to be in office twice?
It is because of your president, your former president.
No. Listen to my question. Why did the Republican Party vote in a president twice that was a man in a woman's sport? The Republican Party did that twice. They had a president twice. They voted him in office 2 times back to back. He served
Okay.
8 years, and he was a man in a woman's sport. He was actually very good at it. He was a man in a woman's sport in high school, and he also did it at the collegiate level. And you didn't have an issue with that ever. They actually loved him.
Yeah, I might
He
not
was a
know the details
legacy
about
as
that
well.
person.
His father also was president, and you guys never had an issue with him being a man in a woman's sport.
I don't have details about that, but
You
like I
don't
said,
remember George W. Bush? He was a man
come
in a woman's
on,
sport. He was
come on,
a
man.
cheerleader in high school and a cheerleader in college. And you guys never had an issue with that. And the Republicans have been the only party to vote in twice a man who's been in a woman's sport. And for some reason, you guys keep blaming the Democratic Party for that. I don't understand when we have the
So
evidence.
so you're telling me that he was
Huh?
gay? That's what you're trying to
Huh?
tell me?
What?
You're telling me that he was gay?
Why do you have to be gay to be a cheerleader? Who said that?
Of course, I've seen so many guys who are cheerleaders, but they're not gay.
Why
They're
are
in a
you
women's
calling
sport.
George W. Bush gay? That's what do you like?
No. I'm asking. You
I mean,
said he was in a
What?
women's sport.
Might have a point there.
I'm asking
He
you a
was.
question.
I mean, do you think people choose? I have a question. Do you think people choose to be gay?
Listen,
No,
it
I know
doesn't
it's a
mean
serious
anything.
question, sir. I'm just wondering. You're
if
my kingdom. You're my kingdom sibling. Do you think people choose to be gay? I'm just wondering.
whoever is who's in a cheerleader cannot be gay.
No, I'm just curious, sir. No, honestly, you're my brother in Christ. Do you think people choose
and
to be gay?
You are my sister in Christ, but you're an embarrassment.
Yeah,
to the
no,
body of
seriously.
Christ.
No, I'm wondering. Do you think people choose to be gay?
Yes, they choose.
They do?
For me, it's a mental
Okay,
disorder. It's a mental
sir,
disorder.
what experience did you have with a man that made you decide to choose to be straight? Because for me, I just am straight. I'm not choosing to be a heterosexual woman. So when did you stop having gay thoughts? Did you stop yesterday, or do you continue to
Because
have them because you're
it's a
choosing to actively be straight right now? When did you stop, having those thoughts personally?
It's a system
I'm
that
just
was
curious.
implemented
No,
by
for you, when
people,
did you
evil
start
people.
choosing to be straight?
No. It's a system that was implemented by evil people.
No,
that
you
men
said
should love
that
a man.
if they choose to be gay, that means that you're choosing to be straight right now. So like, what was
No,
it? Did
I'm
you
choosing.
try it out
I'm
and
choosing.
then you
I'm choosing to be.
decided?
I'm choosing to be straight. Why? Because the Bible says, "I gave you what is good
Oh,
and
so
what is
you
right."
are actively choosing
in the
to be
book of
straight. That means that you thought
Deuteronomy.
about being. So you're fighting your gay thoughts. You're fighting
No,
your
I'm not
gayness.
fighting. No, I'm not.
You can be gay.
You,
I
you,
won't
you're asking,
judge you.
listen,
God still loves you if you're gay.
you're actually telling me if I should be able to be a woman or to be gay. No,
I
I
didn't say
can't
any.
be.
You want to be a woman? It's okay.
No, I cannot.
Do
I
you
don't have a
feel like you're a
vagina.
woman
I
on
don't
the
have a
inside?
vagina. I cannot be.
That's a
That will never
different
be.
letter. That's the T. We're talking about the G.
I don't have a vagina. I'll never be gay, and I'll never be
I don't
a
know.
woman.
You might be the
I'm a
Q that's
man.
questioning. You might be the Q right now because
might
you
be
told me
the
that you're
D.
choosing to be straight.
Okay.
You
Here's
may
the
be the
thing.
D. Who knows?
The only way for you not to be a part of gay, whatever, LGBTQ, is to give yourself to Christ.
I don't
Simple
know.
as
I
that.
just am
And
straight.
listen,
Like I don't.
no, I'm answering you. For you
Okay.
to be straight with God and stay away from the evil one, the Bible says in the book of
You told me
Ephesians
that you're
6,
choosing
it
to be
says,
straight, my friend.
let me tell you, it says, right, book of Ephesians 6, it says you should be careful of the evil, for he shall come and tempt you.
Can I ask a
You
question?
understand?
Actually, two-part question.
Pray that the
Actually,
God
no,
of
hold on.
heaven.
Two-part question. One, if I'm a man and so is God, how can I be straight for God? Wouldn't I have to be gay for God?
No, you can't be gay for God. Hence, I'm saying
I have
the
to be
Bible
because
says,
I mean, God's a he, I'm a he, right? So God has he, him pronouns. I have he and him pronouns. So therefore, in order to be with God, I have to be gay for God, right? So that like, right? Is that correct?
that's what the Bible says. It came for the sinners.
Oh,
So
gotcha. So I can be gay for God, but then, so if I can be gay for God and he came for the sinners and that's okay, then why can't I be gay for another man? Like another human man? Why can't
you can't do that?
So
why
are
would
we
you? It's a mental
technically
disorder.
all transgender when we give our life to Christ because we're new, we're becoming new, we're transitioning? We're transitioning into new because now he's gay for God now. Like we transitioned for God. Like, but like we're transitioning.
Amen.
Is that what's happening?
You are
gay.
misinterpreting your thoughts and your imagination.
I do have a
Is there
second
now
question.
a J in it?
Yeah. Oh no, I just had a second question. Is this you?
In the studio this morning, one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good
having
morning.
me. Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Is that you?
I don't understand. What do
You
you
can put
mean?
your face
What do you
up
mean,
if you
huh?
want. Is that you right there?
Where?
Is it this you?
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Let me say this to you, right? Straight to my sister, not to my brother, right? Or you talk about that, nah. I'm not that. I'm not. Nah.
You're not that guy.
Let me
You just
No,
do
I'm
sound
not.
exactly like that guy, and you're making exact statements exactly like that guy. And so I think that you are like I think that you are. I think that you are that guy. I'm pretty sure.
I think what I can say to you, sir, is I don't have a problem with. I have a problem with my sister in the Lord. That
I
you
have
don't
a
have a problem
problem
with
with
me,
you
okay.
thinking.
the
I have
body
a
of
problem
Christ.
with you thinking that being gay is wrong because you don't understand your word or how it's been twisted. Because if God did not intend for people to be gay, then why like are penguins gay?
Oh my God! So you believe in gays, my sister? That's what you believe in, and you're a Christian.
What do you mean believe? Like they exist. They don't just go poof and they're gone. Like gay people exist. They're going to continue to exist. And if you understand your word that God has counted his steps before us, yeah, they exist. And guess what? Gay people go to heaven. Oh my gosh. Oh no. He saved them too. Yeah. So obviously it's natural because how are you going to
Accidentally cut off the sound. The sound cut off. That sucks.
Okay, we're back.
There we go. Now can we get some 666 in the chat? I appreciate you guys.
Everybody's tired.
Oh no! I think they missed my conversion song too. I literally killed the sound so that you didn't have to hear me pulling up that video, and then I forgot to turn it back on. I'm a dumbass. Okay. Anyways,
Okay,
don't you have somebody
okay?
to be praying to in a public place and annoying them?
One more thing for you. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. I pray to you that you understand these things one day. And there's a time for everything.
Oh, no, sir. I understand bigotry. I just dismiss it. I understand people that want to use their religion in order to hate other people because that's what you do. I understand what you're doing, and then I see it, okay? And then I use that information to go, you're a piece of shit, okay? Because if you're using your religion to try to make someone else bad, right? To say that, oh, the Bible says that, you know, the Bible says X, Y, and Z, the Bible says this, the Bible says that, then you're the problem, okay? Then you're the issue here, okay? It's not your religion. It's not gay people. It's not trans people. It's not Donald Trump. It's you. It's you for using your religion in a way that is there to hurt other people. That's it. So you're the problem, and I'm just choosing to ignore you. Sound good?
No, it doesn't sound good. That's
well, I don't care. Go away. Anyways, y'all, sorry about that loss of sound for a second. I clicked it off for a quick second to switch something over, and I thought I had clicked it back on, and then it just went away. So I apologize for that. You guys did miss the awesome songs though. I'll play this one again for you guys.
Not gay no more. I am delivered. Woo! I don't like men no more. I said I like women.
Women.
I just quickly wanted to say thank you so much, Just a Bill, for the $5 on the green app who said LGBT ? I know. I'm sorry. I had to clock T as soon as I heard the D. Like, where did D come from? He had something on his mind.
Yeah, I think I had that audio off for a while. I'm really sorry about that. You know, I just didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. I didn't even see you guys commenting over there. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't are new here, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. For all the people I probably lost that weren't here because of no audio. That's on me. My bad. So really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you guys would like support, I do have super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio. They're all at Polypolitics. So does Queen. She has all of hers also on all of those things. Also, we had a live gift go of the caps, and also make sure you're taking care of Queen down there too. I appreciate you guys. Speaking of which, if you guys still support Trump, you can call in on the number that's above my head, or you can join the guest request box, and we can have a conversation. Truth, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Said Barack 3.0 in 2028. That's good for the goose, is good for the gander. Can you imagine how wonderful of life would be? I would love to see Donald Trump versus Barack Obama 2028. That would be absolutely great. I would absolutely love that. Donald Trump would get worked so bad, and it would be worth it to have Donald Trump run again just to watch him get embarrassed by Obama again. I think that would be worth it. I think that would 100% be worth it. Thank you so much, Truth. Scott, thank you so much for the $5. Scott, I haven't seen you for a while. Scott, thank you so much. That I told Ari, Canada has its own ice. It's called polar ice, or as we like to call it, the police. Thanks, Scott.
Dun-dun-dun.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you. Miguel, thank you so much for the GOAT trophy. Karamos, thank you so much for the $5. Says, Polly, does Queen have YouTube?
Yes, it is Queen V. Lee.
Queen V. Lee. You guys copying all that? All right, Queen V. Lee. There you go. So make sure you guys follow her over there. Absolutely, for all you guys over in the chat. Whiskey, thank you so much for the gold coin. And Disassociate said, as a cis straight woman, I wish being gay was a choice because I would never choose to date a man if it was my free will. Like, have you seen women? Oh my God.
W's.
I mean,
W's. And like, have you seen how men act?
yeah. Like, have you seen us? We suck, dude.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. I see it. I see it. Not fun.
It's not a choice.
Yeah, if it was a choice, there might not be any like there might not be any like straight couples that exist. I mean, that's possible. I don't know. Some of y'all might still hang out. Some of y'all hang out with the six of us that are cool. All right.
I heard this
with
thing
the
that
six
said
of us that are cool.
Red Pill is making like the just basic nice guy like really popular. Just the basic mediocre nice guy that's not problematic is popular again because of Red Pill. So shout out to y'all.
Good, I think.
Shout out to you guys.
I think good. Am I supposed to say good to that?
Like, I'll take a guy that likes jigsaw puzzles now, like, isn't mean.
Isn't mean is the big one. Isn't, yeah. I'll tell you this about jigsaw puzzles. It's not that I don't like doing jigsaw puzzles. It's that they frustrate me and then I get angry at the puzzle and then I won't leave the puzzle alone until I complete it, to the detriment of everything else going on in my life, because my OCD brain needs it to be complete. And when it's not complete or I can't find something, it drives me a little bit crazy. So I don't do it. I don't do it for my own just sanity. I think that's more what it is. Like, I just don't do it for my, y'all, some of y'all enjoy it. That's the best part. That is the worst part for me. That is the worst part for me. Like,
It sounds like somebody who will be there through thick and thin, for better or for worse. That's how you spin it. Write that down.
Yeah, at my old therapist's office, they had like a jigsaw puzzle that was like in the lobby. And like, I would have to like just find a section, and while I was waiting, I would just complete this, even if it was only like 4 like pieces. And I'm like, I did my part. Someone needs to come in after me and do their part now. Like, I did my 20 minutes of work. This is someone else's problem now. Stupid puzzles. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 41.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do. I just had a question for you. I just kind of want to get your opinion on.
What's up?
If that's all right. So I know you're against like the whole bombing in Iran. What would you do instead?
The JCPOA.
You would do what?
The JCPOA. The Iran nuclear deal.
I know, but specifically, how are you going to prevent them from keeping going with their program?
By inspecting them, which is part of the JCPOA.
I know, but don't you think they're going to do it behind your back?
Not if we're inspecting all the places where they could do it behind our back. And if they have no incentive to do it behind our back. Why would they have an incentive? If they have a release of sanctions, they're getting filthy fucking rich. All, their people are living happy. All their oligarchs are living happy. Why would they risk that by going behind our back? If you were getting everything that you want, if you were getting everything you wanted, why would you try to fuck that up? Why?
What do you feel about them and their mass support of terrorism?
I can't stand it. But that doesn't have it. But now you're switching the subject. You asked, what would we do about the nuclear problem?
I'm saying one's kind of related to the other, though. That's what I'm trying to get at. They are
then how do you
wealthy, but
Well, then how do you fix the situation through war? Because the war's not fixing that. The war's not fixing either problem.
I know, it's kind of like between a rock and a hard place. Because what Obama and Hillary Clinton did obviously didn't work.
It did. It stopped it from having a nuclear weapon.
It just kept giving them money and money and money. I don't understand why we were giving them money when they were already super wealthy.
We weren't giving them money. We released sanctions.
No, we gave them money too.
Incorrect.
It's not correct. Look it up.
You think that this is my first time? You think that you think that I'm going to be like, oh, look it up. Oh, I've never done that before. Yeah, let me now decide that I'm going to research this thing. We didn't give them money. We released their own money back to them as part of the JCPOA. We had a bunch of their money from like the 70s, okay, that we had locked up that we hadn't given back to them. We released their own money, which honestly I think we were supposed to give back for like a long time ago. We gave them their own money back to them. So we didn't give them any, like there was no
idea too.
I'm not saying you can argue whether that's a good idea or a bad idea. That's fine, and we can talk about that.
Do you think it was a good idea?
I think that it's better than them having a nuclear weapon.
But they were still
I would much rather
a nuclear weapon even when they did
that.
They weren't.
No, they weren't. They hadn't. They didn't enrich any
uranium. Yeah, you are.
They didn't enrich uranium above 3%.
Yes,
which was the deal.
They enriched uranium at 60%.
Not until after we pulled out of that deal.
They were still enriching it, correct?
Okay, let me try to break this down because it seems like we're having a little bit of a loss of an understanding here. Obama put in the deal. They gave up all their enriched uranium. Okay, they weren't enriching. Will you listen? They gave up all their enriched uranium. They weren't enriching above 3%. We were checking to make sure they weren't enriching above 3%. Okay. Then Donald Trump pulled us out of the nuclear deal, and then they started enriching up to 60%. So if we had stayed in the deal that was stopping them from doing that, then they wouldn't have started enriching. You see how that works?
I mean, it just seems like they wanted to do it anyway, right?
No, they wanted to have a release of sanctions so that they all the freaking, oligarchs in Iran got filthy rich and used the nuclear weapon as a negotiating tool. That's what they wanted to do because they did that, right? And then Donald Trump pulled us out of that deal. And then they were like, okay, well, if they're going to pull out of this deal, then that negotiating tool that we have to use it. Hello?
You still there? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Sound like you were saying something and I couldn't hear you.
What I said was we had a deal. Okay, they were using the threat of nuclear weapons as a negotiating tool. Okay, that negotiating tool in order to get themselves stupid rich from the release of sanctions and the huge oil money that's in Iran. Right. And then after we pulled out the deal, they were like, OK, so we need to start using our negotiating tool. And so they started building, enriching uranium higher in order to freaking get back on the negotiating table, which they did. And that's the reason why now Donald Trump can't find a deal, because he wants them to give up all their uranium and doesn't want to give them any of the stuff that they want in order to give up that uranium. Because he knows that because he can't seem to get it through his head, okay? The best thing that he's going to get out of this entire war is exactly what Obama already negotiated and he got out of. That is the best thing he's going to do. If he gets any extra, it's just that the deal is extended longer than what Obama got, okay? And which he could have done without going to war. He could have agreed to that deal without going to war, without spending billions of dollars, without costing American lives. He could have gotten all of that stuff that he's going to get with this war, and he could have gotten it all without the war. He could have gotten all of it.
Who do you think talked Trump into going to war?
Bibi Netanyahu.
You think it was all Bibi? You don't think there was an influence in Washington?
That was the influence in Washington.
Well, no, I'm wondering if there was more intelligence that gave him, because they don't really talk about that stuff.
Yes, they do. The director of national intelligence said they weren't trying to build a nuclear weapon and didn't have ballistic missiles that had the ability to hit the United States or any of our allies.
I mean, they say that on the surface, but I don't know if I believe that, because they hate America so much.
Okay, but you said maybe there was intelligence that
Don't you agree though? Don't you think they hate America?
Of course they hate America. They probably should, honestly.
Why do you say that?
Because of what we've done to them. If any other country did to us what we did to Iran, we'd fucking hate them too.
Which time?
That's a great point. Which time? There's been multiple.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure maybe you agree with this, but do you agree with being like the world's policeman?
Personally, no.
And so all these countries, I don't know if you've heard this. So Trump said he wanted to pull troops out of Europe because of them, the lack of support. And they're freaking, like Germany especially, they're freaking out because of what Trump is. And it actually has the potential to partially collapse their economy.
No, it doesn't.
But because if you look at how many soldiers we have over there and the amount of money that we spend there, it's actually pretty significant.
Germany's what, like the 5th or 6th largest economy on the planet? You think a few thousand troops
not growing?
Yeah, it is. And you think a few thousand troops is holding their economy up?
40,000.
40. Even if it was, it could be 400,000, and then maybe we'd start talking. By the way, I don't think we have 40,000 troops in Germany. If you look at their net growth
since COVID, they haven't really grown that much at all. And the German economy really isn't doing that great, honestly.
The German economy is doing just fine, and if you think pulling a few troops out is going to collapse their economy, you are insane. If you extrapolate that out, okay, if you extrapolate that out to like the U.S., would 400,000 people in the United States pulling them out collapse our economy?
You think how small Germany is compared to us, though?
I just gave you like a huge increase. I went 40,000 to 400,000.
I know you did. But you don't think it'd have any effect on their economy at all?
It won't.
What do you think they're doing over there?
I mean, honestly, I wish they would bring more soldiers home. I don't necessarily agree with that because the United States has actually said they don't even know how many military bases we have. That's how many we have all over the world. And that's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, if that was true, that would be disturbing, but it is a lie. So,
well, I can't remember the guy's name. He was asked in an interview how many bases there are, and he said he didn't even know. And this was like a guy at the top. I wish I could remember the article. It's been a while ago, but I was like, that's kind of overreach from America having too much, all over the world. I mean, I know they say it's for strategic defense and stuff like that, but I don't know. We have the capabilities to reach parts of the world in, hours. So I don't necessarily believe that we have to have bases all over the world. That's just my personal opinion.
Who else has the ability to reach people all the way across the world? China.
Ooh.
That's why we have strategic defense.
Thank you.
Because we're not the only people that have the ability to reach people all the way across the world. Okay, we're not the only country with nuclear weapons. We're not the only country with any of those things. Okay, you think that we're so fucking big and bad and we can't even keep a singular body of water, okay, open across the other side of the fucking world from a country that doesn't have a military anywhere near our size and depth and skill level, and we can't even keep one little tiny body of water connected to the Persian Gulf open with our entire military might. And you think that we just need to drop all of our allies and completely just abandon our entire strategic objectives for what? Because you think we're that badass? We're not that fucking badass, dude. We need allies.
We have the best military in the world by far.
We can't keep the Strait of Hormuz closed open. What one little tiny body of water, like a real big lake, okay? The entire force of the U.S. military can't keep a singular body of water, okay, open from a bunch of freaking people, Iranian IRGC members with drones and mines they can't even keep track of. Okay, and you really think that we can survive World War without any of our allies? You're crazy.
No, we have weapons that people haven't even seen yet. Like what we did to take the Maduro from Venezuela.
Yeah,
they used weapons that nobody even knew what they were.
Yeah. Well, first of all, no, they didn't. Second of all, nothing in there was like weapons. Nobody knew what they were. Okay, they just had a special ops force go in there with other countries. Yeah, bullets.
Do you?
Yeah, actually,
bullets,
I do.
Guns, and helicopters.
Okay, what's your clearance?
What's what?
Your clearance.
No, I actually, for part of my job, I study for part of the weapons they use. We use frequency like that where I work. So I understand the science of what they actually did.
So who
I
are
don't
you
know the
in
exact
government?
weapon, but I know the science behind it.
So are you like in the government? Are you like?
I'm an engineer. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, there's frequency weapons that we use and that we have that other countries don't have.
Are you like James Bond?
I mean, it goes back to as far as like Nikola Tesla stuff. We have that technology now.
Sir, yeah, we have weapons that people don't know about. You're correct.
Yep.
Other countries also have weapons that people don't know about.
Like of mass destruction?
Not as good as the United States.
You don't fucking know that because you don't know what those other countries have. And you don't know what we have. Yeah. So if you don't know what we have and you don't know what they have, then how can you know ours are better?
because we have better technology, we have smarter people, we have more money. You're going to tell me our Defense Department isn't better than like China's or Russia's? Russia's like a half.
Our Defense Department is ran by a Fox News host.
No, it's not. Oh my gosh.
You didn't know that?
But it's okay if you,
hold on.
you don't.
Yeah, no. Answer her.
Like, believe it, that's fine.
Hold on. Answer her. Are you laughing because you didn't know that, or are you laughing because you don't think it's true?
I didn't even hear what she said.
No, what I said when I said our Defense Department's ran by a Fox News host, and you said no, it's not, and she said, "Did you not know that?"
I'm just laughing that you guys talk like that.
Again, sir, do you not know that it's true?
I guess it doesn't really matter to me.
Okay, but you do. I
Did you see who our last one was?
I really
trans.
I really need you to tell me that you understand that our Defense Department is ran by a Fox News host. You do understand that, right?
Care.
Because you're saying our Department of Defense is the best. I bet you China, I don't know who do you know what the equivalency V is to the Department of Defense in China?
What do you mean?
I truly don't know. I don't know who's in charge of China's defense, but I'm going to bet like every dollar that I have that it's somebody who like spent their life in the military and not as a TV personality.
Okay. And right before that, you said that you don't care because the one before you said was trans. It would be transgender. Mm-hmm. So you think Lloyd James Austin III was transgender?
No, I was just kidding. It's the health Department of Health or Human Services who was trans.
Ooh.
The Health and Secret Services? Because
no,
what is that
whatever
department?
Not Secret Services, Health and Human Services or whatever. Who the heck was it?
Person?
Of Health and Secret Services, guys.
I didn't say Secret Services.
You definitely
You also
did.
said Nicholas Tesla. Are you okay, sir? Are you still there?
Hello. Oh, he left.
Are you okay? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
He did say Nicholas Tesla. So we learned a lot. Lloyd Austin is a transgender man.
Looks like the prior one was Xavier.
I thought during Biden it was Lloyd Austin.
Oh no, Health and Human Services. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Is Xavier Becerra, who's the guy that's running for
governor?
Yeah.
In California.
Yeah, very not trans. Very not trans. Very. If he was, that's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying he definitely wasn't. Okay, but these guys like literally like I think they see trans people in their sleep. They just like.
Fun fact, that was the number 2 most searched on Pornhub in 2025.
Was what?
Transgender.
The number 1?
Number 2, right behind lesbian.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Do we have a state breakdown on that?
Yes, if the state allows that information.
Just curious on which states, are the highest on that search term, because I have a feeling it's like Mississippi or Alabama or some shit.
You can look it up. It's available information. Oh, sorry. And they will let you look up keyword searches during certain events. So they said there's a lady that did it, and they said during like the New York mayoral event was very interesting. So I recommend looking up if you want to.
See, I'm seeing different stuff on the AI overview, but let's look on there. Let's see. A year in review.
Yes.
Oh yeah, right there. Additionally, the trans category became the second most viewed category of the year, highlighting the growth and popularity of the LGBTQ content. Supporting these trims, search like trans threesome increased by 67%, and trans amateur rose by 49%. So, yeah, I would love to see some state data on this.
They have that. I know Louisiana was thick, and California was Latina.
Both kind of check on that, actually.
Yeah, it aligned. I was like, this seems accurate.
Yeah. Is it under demographics? I'm curious now.
Oregon was, I think it was slutty grandma or something.
What fucking was it?
Yes, Oregon was like slutty grandma or something like that.
Y'all should check yourself. Okay, hold on. This is by country. Oh, this is by not by country. This is by country. This is by age group.
They do age group.
That's
Gen Z
different.
is very much like ones that are like parasocial, like AI, or like I think it's like
the first one for Gen Z. The first one was Gen Z was party, and the second one was feet.
Yeah.
Millennial was fetish and role play.
Yeah.
Gen X, y'all. I can't even say the words that I can't even say. I can't even say the words that I literally cannot say them. So I'm sorry.
Boomers is like number one is brunette.
Yeah, boomer. You can tell boomers are a little calmer. Okay, boomers are a little calmer, but Gen X, y'all are. This is some interesting data. This is some interesting stuff. You can see traffic by operating system, traffic by web browser, traffic by game console. I want to see the state one. I can't find it. New York mayoral election. Events that change traffic. Super Bowl 59, Apple events, Eurovision, New York City mayoral election, Canadian election, and the Norwegian election were the big things that moved the target. This is great. This is great. I really want to see the states. That's the only reason I'm still going through this, because I really want to see the states. I'm at the top searches in Japan at the moment. Anyways, y'all, RNC convention. I didn't see the RNC convention on there. That they were too busy on Grindr to be on. They were living their dream over there. They were living their dream.
When they do it by country, the number one for the United States is ebony.
Interesting.
For a country that says they don't like black women.
Oh, they never mind. I can't even say what I was going to say. I need to shut the fuck up before I get over here being canceled. I need to shut the fuck up before I get over here being canceled. Karamos, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said Queen isn't streaming and doesn't have pay links in her bio. You're muted. I can't hear you.
I only have it on my other social, not on my YouTube. My bad.
Well, just say them real quick. Just say them real quick.
Oh yeah, you can. My blue app is Queen Beely, if you want to do it there, and then on my green app, because I am on another platform, it's Queen Beely 8, the number 8.
I think you got some new fans over here. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm trying to like get my on the red app. I'm trying to get to that point, so I appreciate you guys. So if you can help me out over there.
Actually,
That'd be
Ari
cool.
is putting them in the chat there. So if anybody needs them. And so, yeah, that's hers over there, and mine are probably politics and all that sort of stuff. But thank you so much, Kramos. I appreciate you. Crazy Videos, thanks for the laughing disco. Scott, thank you so much for the $5. The German government provides financial support for hosting these troops with over 100 million euros in yearly contributions in support of NATO forces. Oh, you mean Europe pays for these forces to be there? Crazy, wild. Never would have guessed that. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking... Guys, like, not being the world's police... and not having people in strategic areas in case we have to go to war are two completely different things. Okay? They're two completely different things. Oh, Karamos, they're in the other chat. Ari, can you go put them in the other app? The other chat? Yeah, there's a difference between being the world police and strategic defense, right? When you're in alliance with a whole bunch of other countries, when you're saying, hey, if you attack one of us, you attack all of us, it's a deterrent, right? And so when you have that deterrent, that is very, very important to keeping, enemies away. But not having them there is not good, right? And it doesn't make you the world's police. And I don't understand where people are trying to get that, from,
We're kind of like the worst, because if you think about it, we are trying to monitor who's allowed to have a nuclear weapon, right?
Yeah.
But we are the only ones that do not have self-control.
Yeah, it's kind of strange for us to be deciding what other countries should and should not be doing things when we're the ones who go in and meddle in everybody else's countries and go and attack every single other country. It is quite strange that somehow we're the ones that should be doing that. But yeah,
And
weird.
another thing that I don't think that these people are even really considering is we haven't fully recovered from the 20-year war when we were in Iraq, right? Which is like not that far from where we were, and the implications that we're still paying for, and even the implications on like our environment. And there was a study that was done, is there's like an estimated obligation for like future veterans care up until 2050 of like $1.1 trillion from just that war in itself. And that was only estimated from fiscal year 2001 up to fiscal year 2023. And that was a study up to that point. And there's things that we've paid in total, $2.9 trillion in total. And that was just between then and there, not accounting up until now. So to just put us back into a conflict after, they're not thinking it all the way through, because they're imagining, oh, we're just going to go in and go out. But the prices of gas that are happening now, we're going to see the effects going all the way in until 2027. And it's going to keep compounding and compounding and compounding. They're not future thinkers. And they just can't admit that they made a mistake.
Yeah, and like I said, we were talking about that earlier. Like the just the gas that goes in your car is going to be a long time. The natural gas gonna be even longer, right? The natural gas production, because they've been hitting natural gas plants in places like Qatar and stuff like that. We're going to see these effects all of these effects are going to exist much longer than Donald Trump is president, right? Donald Trump will be long gone. Okay, just from natural causes at this point. I've seen his skin, his hands falling off. He doesn't have forever, okay? And he's gonna be long gone, and we're still gonna be seeing effects of slowed oil production, slow flow of oil, the natural gas being affected, all of these things. We're gonna be seeing the effects of all of these things for a very, very long time. And then what's going to happen is they're going to vote a Democrat in, and then the Democrat's going to start fixing everything, and then they're going to blame him for all of these problems that Donald Trump is creating right now. I say him just off of history.
Loosely.
Right? I say him off the general history of the United States, where we've had only men. So, just take it off of that. Yeah. But hopefully I really do hope we have a great woman candidate that runs. I don't believe it should be Kamala Harris, but that's a whole other thing. But
I mean, listen, I don't think America deserves her.
I just don't think I think that the United States, I think the voters as a whole have I don't even know what words to say to describe it. It's not like a memory issue, but just like you're either seen in a light as like in a light, or you're not seen as in a light. And I feel like once you lose, no matter how good you are, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like once you lose once, you just don't have another chance to come back and actually truly be successful. And that's for the most successful, the most qualified people. Once you actually like win a primary and then go on. And I think that's a big reason why, in the open convention, that not a lot of people wanted to join in. I don't think they wanted that to be their one shot. And I think I think that was a big issue,
So Bill talked about that too, but also for Kamala Harris, she fell into this thing that, as a Black woman, I say is called like a pet to threat situation that we fall into. I don't know. It can happen in many spaces, but especially if you're in corporate America, you see it often is where everybody loves you as a Black woman when you have that personality. You can contribute. You can have a plan. You can get things done whenever something needs to happen. I can call on this Black woman. It's going to get done. That was Kamala Harris in the Senate. We loved her. She was great. She got things done. She had all these clips. We're like, ooh, I love how she's a prosecutor. She's doing this, that, and the other. Yeah, let's repost her, Kamala. It was okay that she could be vice president because she was underneath the white man. She's cool to be the pet. The moment this Black woman decided to lead, hold on, skirt, pump your brakes. Now you're a threat. And this is a very common thing that happens for Black women. It can happen to women, but mainly happens to Black women. It's now you go from pet to threat. And so now we're going to hold your feet to a whole different fire. Now we're going to forget. They seem to forget everything that she did in the Senate. If you notice that, they forget the Senate, nothing matters. Because when they ask you, why did you want to vote for Kamala? They only want to talk about her time as a VP, skip the Senate, and then go straight back to what she did in the Bay Area. And it's like nothing that she did then even matters, because I remind them she did try to run for president twice. And that all goes into why I wanted to vote for her that time. I didn't forget that record. So, that's going to be an impact of what will happen to any woman that's Black in that position, unfortunately. I mean, you even see it with like Jasmine Crockett. It happened again. So unfortunately, I don't know if that'll happen for her, but it would be great if, we get someone in there and she can become an amazing AG, because that she'll.
What's really fun is you mentioned like her being a pet thing. That's literally how I felt about Joe Biden.
Right.
Like legitimately, like when he was like running for president, I was like, you mean Obama's sidekick? Like, I mean, I guess. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's fine, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But wasn't really interested. But it was like, hey, whatever gets this, gets Trump out of there, I guess. But I never saw Kamala Harris as like a sidekick type of person. Like, I don't know. I never saw. But I do understand what you mean by America as a whole seeing, Black women like that in certain situations, and that's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Really I mean, I wasn't like a fan of Joe Biden. And I mean, Bill and I argue about this all the time because he actually liked Joe Biden over Kamala. Sorry, Bill, I have to tell them. And
Shane, take him out right now. No.
Shane. Maybe this will make me cool with like the leftists, because this was the one time I did a protest vote. Listen, don't be mad, y'all. When Kamala dropped out of the like primary, I was like, man, fuck that guy. I'm not turning him.
He's denying it in the chat right now, by the way.
I don't care what he's denying.
He said, girl, I ain't say that.
I don't care what he's denying. I said, I ain't voting for that. I ain't voting for that white man in the primary. I know he's going to get the nomination, but I did vote for the president. Okay, I did show up, but I was standing with my sister.
That's fair.
You know,
That's
Bay
fair.
Area. You know, I was very upset. I was angry about it. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it's I wasn't I think I can say very specifically, like, I think Joe Biden did a decent job, and
Yeah, he
also I
did.
wasn't a fan of him, and I can say those,
Facts.
and I can say those things together. Like, I wasn't a big fan of him, but he did a decent job. Like, he really, like,
Right, he did.
based off the shit sandwich of COVID that he was handed, he was able to get a lot of shit done, right? That really did help, you know, U.S. citizens. A lot of shit done that is going to live, you know, for a long time. You know, he recovered our economy very well, and I still just not a huge fan. We're gonna get on. We got another caller that's called in, so I'm gonna bring them up. But Scott, thank you so much for the $2. Said Admiral Dong Jun, Minister of National Defense. Thank you so much. I was very curious who that actually was. I wasn't really. I'm not gonna lie, but thank you so much anyway, Scott. Also, y'all, if you guys would like to support the live, again, hook up V down here with gifting. I really appreciate that. We're almost halfway through the caps gifting goal too. Also, we do have super chats and all that fun stuff, and pay links in the which Ari has put up there too. So,
Before you say anything, I just want to say thank you to Karamo for the $10 on the Blue app. They said, forgot what foolishness I was gonna put here, but love your takes. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you.
awesome. That's great. Thank you so much, Kramos. Really appreciate you. Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. How old are you?
25.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. What is that?
His border policy and the things he's doing in Iran.
Awesome. What's his border policy?
Not letting illegal immigrants in, like under Biden.
That was the policy of every president since the 1970s when this law was created. What policy specific to Donald Trump does he have?
Okay, I guess not policies, but he secures the border better than Biden did.
How? What is more secure?
He added more border patrol. He didn't add more border patrol. He just helped get the recruitment numbers up, and he's adding 1,300 miles to the border wall. And I mean, the numbers show he has it more secure. I mean, under Biden, there was 7,000 immigrants going across the border, not encounters, but illegal immigrants making it inside of the country without being caught every week.
Awesome. And where are you seeing that data?
Oh, hold on. I have it to my phone.
Sure. Yeah. Love to see that.
You can look at cpb.gov. The article is called No, wrong one. You can look at you can find it at senate.gov. Look up Biden border crisis.
Senate.gov. So just some people in the Senate saying it happened. Do you have anything better than that?
I mean, I trust our Senate. I trust people.
Why?
Some people in our Senate.
Why?
I mean, they got elected, so I mean, you know.
So did Hitler.
I trust all of them.
So did Hitler.
Okay.
Just because someone is elected doesn't mean that everything that they say is truthful. Doesn't mean that it comes from any sort of data or research. It could just literally be them saying stuff. Do you have anybody that actual data? So like you said, CBP. Does CBP say what you just said?
Not specifically that, but you can look at
does ICE say what you just said? Does Homeland Security?
And you can look at border.
I have.
The name of the article is "Border Crossings Once Again at a Record Low in November 2025," and it shows you data of just 1 month of.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that, sir. You said that 7,000 undocumented immigrants were making it into the country per week under the Biden administration. That is the number I'm asking you to justify. I'm not asking you to justify whether border crossings are down. I agree with you on that one. We can talk about why border crossings are down. That's not an issue. You said that 7,000 people a week were coming in undocumented in the country. That's what I'm asking you to support.
Oh, okay. Well, I read an article on Senate.gov that 1.5 million illegal immigrants made it inside the country. So 4 years divided by 208 months would be 7,200. So I rounded down 7,000 a week.
Okay, cool. Well, that data means nothing, and your numbers are actually off in multiple different directions. Okay, but just because undocumented immigrants came in at a certain level, right? Because I've actually seen numbers that are actually much higher than
Sorry,
that.
7,000 a month. I got that wrong.
Sure, doesn't mean that Biden let them in, right? How many people are coming in? How many undocumented immigrants are coming in a month right now?
Hold on, I gotta look.
Can I save you the time?
Here it is.
Can I save you the time?
Yeah. What is it?
Awesome. The number doesn't exist. We don't know how many undocumented people are coming into the country right now on a daily, monthly, or weekly basis, or even yearly basis. We have no idea, right? We can guess and say that they're lower, but we actually have no idea. So what you're doing is you're comparing a number that's not backed up by any data to a number that we don't know and saying that one is lower. Okay, you see how that doesn't make much sense?
Well, I'm not saying Biden let them into the country, but he could have done what Trump's doing and actually try securing the border.
He did try.
With
Trump
the
stopped
Langford
him.
bill.
Yep. Well, that was one of the ways.
Yeah, those bills. Yeah. The problem with that is once it hits a certain threshold, then they're just gonna shut down the border, and then people are still gonna get in because a wall only stops people who don't want to get in. So it doesn't do anything. It just shuts down the border at a certain threshold. It doesn't actually put in any actual precautions to prevent people.
It literally had freaking millions of dollars in there for a wall, tens of millions of dollars in there. I think it actually might have been hundreds of millions of dollars for a wall, hundreds of millions of dollars in there for adding more border patrol agents and more technology at the border. Did all of those things. Actually, everything that Donald Trump did, there was actually more funding in that bill than there is what Donald Trump did right now. So what are you talking about?
I'm saying that it doesn't actually, the bills that he was trying to pass for it was just shutting down the border at a certain threshold.
No, that was just a singular part of that bill. The bill was like a couple hundred pages long.
I'm just summarizing it.
Well, no, you're not summarizing it. You're taking one line of it and saying that's the whole bill and ignoring the other hundreds of pages that are in the bill.
Yeah, well, I mean, Biden didn't need a bill to add to the border. Trump didn't pass a bill to do it. I mean,
yes, he did. The big beautiful bill, HR 1, had the funding in there in order to add to the border wall.
Well, then, and anyways, Biden, all he did was just do maintenance. I mean, he could have done more even without that bill.
Okay, and what do you mean by do maintenance? Because he filled literally so many gaps in the border wall, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's maintenance.
So if we already have a wall and the wall has holes in it and we're stopping those holes, why do you not want that to happen? Why do you want a new wall in place of the wall that's already doing its job?
I want more wall.
Sir, more wall where? We have a 1,900 plus mile fucking border, and we have 1,700 and something miles of wall. Where do you want us to just add wall, or want us to put the wall on top of the wall, or run it into the ocean? Where do we need more wall?
We need to complete the border wall.
That's what Biden was doing, was completing the border wall that is pretty much already there, that just has places in there that has gaps and needs repairs.
He could have added to it, and is what I'm saying.
Added where?
The border is not finished.
Sir, we have had a border. We have had a wall.
No president could finish it all in their all of it in all of their terms.
We've had a border wall. We've had a border wall across our southern border for 100 years. You know that, right?
Completed?
What do you mean by completed? Do you mean with no gaps?
The entire border.
You mean with no gaps?
Wall on the entire border. Yeah,
I'm asking what you mean by completed. Because yes, the wall is completed, but there were gaps.
I understand, and I'm not saying what
Okay.
Biden did wasn't
So
helping. I'm
Biden
saying he
filled
could've done
those
more
gaps to
secure
help
the
complete
border.
the wall that already existed, that was already complete. So we had the wall that was already complete, wall line. See, like, I don't know, maybe I need to draw this out. So we have a huge southern border. We have wall all the way across that border, all the way across. Okay, from California to where does it exit out at, like Corpus Christi, Texas, or something, right? All the way across that border wall. Okay, and there was gaps in that wall. There were spots where people were still getting through that wall, right? Where the wall had broken down, where there were spots. Biden went in and said, "Hey, I don't need to build a wall here because there's already a wall. So I'm going to put spots in the wall that need to be fixed and need to be stopped. I'm going to take our money and we're going to fix the spots in those gaps." Right? I don't know why we're saying, "Hey, we need to spend billions of tax dollars in order to put a wall where a wall exists." And with all of that said, okay, still in the Langford bill, there was literally the money to build wall where wall already exists. So, like, what I'm saying is that is so fucking stupid to put wall where wall already exists. So stupid, considering wall is not
Not
even
what
our
I'm
issue.
talking about. I'm not
Okay.
saying he should have just replaced the wall. Maintenance, yes, it was a good thing what Biden did. Yes, he did maintenance, but he could have done more.
Like what?
There's
The
700
wall's
there's
already complete.
741 miles of border wall. The border is 1,900 miles long.
Okay.
We're not even close to being finished. What
You
I'm
said there
saying
was
is he could have
700
added
miles
to
of
the
wall?
border.
That's not true.
What's
There's
not true?
way more. There's only 700 miles of wall. That's completely not true.
740.
Where are you seeing that?
Hold
Are
on.
you? Oh, sorry. Are you not considering the places where, like, the Rio Grande completely blocks it off, so there's no point for wall because it has natural barrier?
No, I'm talking about how much wall has already been built.
Why do you think wall fixes our problem? I think that's a better question. Why do you think wall fixes our problem?
It doesn't fix the problem. It just makes the border more secure. It's not.
How?
I mean, anyone who wants to get in the country, the wall's not going to do anything, but it's a natural deterrent and it'll slow them down.
Gotcha. So you think that adding 5 minutes to their travel time is what we should spend billions of dollars on?
I think, yeah, and it's not 5 minutes. It stops a lot of illegal immigrants that would otherwise just walk in like they did under Biden.
So first of all, I was actually being generous giving you 5 minutes. I can literally pull up video of people scaling Trump's border wall in under 30 seconds. Okay, so I was being conservative by telling you 5 minutes. But you really
Is there
think
anything in those videos that shows what happens after they get over the wall?
nothing.
Okay, so then that doesn't prove anything. You can't say if they got caught or if they didn't get caught.
No, what
Once
I can
they
say is that the
over
wall didn't slow them down more than 30 seconds. If there was border patrol on the other side of that border wall, then they could have been there to catch them. So therefore, the wall did nothing. If your entire point is that they got to the other side of the wall and border patrol stopped them, then that same border patrol could have been in that exact same spot without any wall, and therefore the wall did nothing. That's what I'm saying.
The wall is the wall doesn't do a lot, but it is a natural deterrent and it slows them down.
Why do you keep saying natural deterrent as if somebody that just walked from Honduras is going to see a fucking wall and go, "Oh, might as well turn around." Natural deterrent here.
Anyone who wants to get across the wall is going to try to get across the wall, but like, normal people that would otherwise just like cross the border, it's a deterrent. Like there's a wall.
Who are normal people that would otherwise just cross the border?
Go illegally into that country.
Yeah. Who are normal people who would just generally cross the border? I'd have to know who those people are.
I don't know. I've seen pictures of all the families that were just running across the border like it was nothing.
How did you know that was at the border? How do you know that they were a family?
But I've seen like tons of pictures, just like normal families just running with their kids across the border.
So what you're saying is you saw brown people in a field and were told that it was families running across the border?
I mean, I don't know if they were all brown. I really wasn't paying attention to race.
Sir, if I take a picture of someone running across the border, how could you possibly know that was actually a picture of me taking someone running across the border? Because somebody running across the border in a picture looks exactly the same as anybody running across any desert.
What are you saying? It was propaganda?
Probably. Yeah. Because if
Can you prove that?
can you prove it wasn't?
I can't.
You
But
can't?
you're the
Oh,
one
exactly what I'm
it's
saying.
probably
What I'm
propaganda. I
saying
didn't
is,
say that. That's your job to
yeah,
prove it if you're going to bring
how
it
is
up.
it my job to prove that the photos that you're using to prove your point are real? How is it my job to disprove the photos that you're using to prove your point? No, no, no. It's your job to prove that the photos that you're using as evidence to your point are true. It's not my
Well, I can't
job
prove
to
it because
disprove them.
I just saw the photos when I was looking at stuff and researching stuff.
You saw it on Twitter.
Huh? I
You
saw
saw
it
it
on Twitter. I didn't see it on Twitter.
Oh, Facebook?
No, it was some news articles. I don't remember what it was called, so I can't really show you.
No.
But Trump's still securing the border, and he's actively adding to the border, adding 1,300 miles of wall, and it's going to be a smart wall. So he's getting contracts with paramilitary groups like and I don't remember how to say it. It's like Enduro. I don't know. So I just have to look it up. It's a weird ass name, but
How do you
paramilitary
know
groups
he's securing the border?
to get advanced paramilitary, well, not paramilitary groups, paramilitary companies to get
Love,
advanced tech to put on the border.
hey, love. How do you know he's securing the border? Like, what data set are you looking at?
I gave Polly the CBP.gov article. It shows all the data.
Yeah, so that in that article, right, that they dropped on 12/4/2025, that says border crossings once again at a record low number. When you read it, they start telling you about encounters. Did you read it?
I did read it.
So they're talking about encounters, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me the definition of encounters?
It's people that they it's just people that they see or catch that are on the border. So like people applying for citizenship, catching illegals, asylum seekers, anyone on the border.
No. So there's actually a definition on the website for encounters. Okay. So you can put in encounters in the little search bar and it'll pop up for you. So I'm going to tell you what it includes, right? And there's titles to them. So one of them is Title 8 apprehensions, right? Title 8 inadmissibles and Title 42 expulsions are included in encounters, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that? So they're inadmitting, apprehending, and expelling people. Does that sound like they're doing stuff at the border?
It does.
So why would you want them to be doing that at a lower rate?
Well, if they're doing it at a lower rate, that means there's less people going to the border.
So then where are they going to get into our country?
They're not going here.
How do you know that? Because Tulsi Gabbard, right? She was in front of Congress and she said that they have not solved the migration issue, which means people are still migrating to our country. And you just let me know that they're not going to the border like they were doing under Biden and
Tulsi
Harris.
Gabbard have any proof or data on that?
I'm sorry, I was still speaking. I don't know if maybe
Sorry.
it cut out. So she admitted, and she's like in charge of intelligence, she admitted in front of Congress that they didn't solve the problem, right, of the leaking pipe. They didn't go to the core issue. So they're still coming here. And you disagreed with me that they're not coming in what you guys called the right way, where they could do their job in which you agreed with me, which is apprehend, admit, or expel under our titles, right? So
yeah,
they're coming in other ways. But you also admitted earlier with Polly that we have no way of tracking how they're crossing, and you admitted all we can do is stop them for 30 seconds. So wouldn't you be upset that the number of encounters of them that you agreed with me of them doing their job is lower? Isn't it odd that you like that it's lower?
I do like that it's lower. That means if there's less encounters and there's less apprehensions, that means there's less people trying to cross the border illegally.
No, that means it's less people trying to cross it at our border.
Ports of entry.
How, I mean, they can.
Ports of entry.
I
Thank you,
mean,
Polly. At our ports
they
of
can come in
entry.
through there's the border, and then they can go through the water, but then they're going to get caught.
So what she's saying is you're making an assumption, okay? What Donald Trump has done primarily, okay, is stop people that are coming through ports of entry. That is what an encounter is for the most part. Now, the encounters can be between ports of entry also, right? But the majority of what they're saying, CBP data is saying that they're stopping people is at ports of entry, right? People that come to ports of entry and are not allowed in still want to come into the country. So you're making an assumption that they have stopped less people, so therefore less people are showing up. But there's no data to show that, okay? Just as easily as it could be less people showing up, and that's why they haven't stopped as many people, it could just as easily be more people are showing up, and they're not doing their job as well. And you have nothing to show that whatsoever. You have no data to show that at all. I do find it funny that when she brought up Tulsi Gabbard, the literal director of national intelligence, you're like, does she have any proof? But then you didn't need any of that proof when you brought up just random senators in the Senate earlier when you were talking about how many people came in under Biden. I do find it funny that random senators don't need any proof. Director of national intelligence, they need to provide data. Strange. But regardless of any of that, sir, we see the numbers, and the majority of the
senators are providing me data. And that data proves what I'm saying.
I've read that article. They do not provide data. They just say numbers. They just say numbers. They just say numbers. They don't show any backing to that number. I've read that article. I've read that Senate hearing, and what that Senate subcommittee said. They do not provide any data to back the numbers that they say. And again, I'm not even arguing the data that they said. I actually think it was much more than 1.5 million undocumented immigrants that came in under the Biden administration. I think it's actually closer to 2 to 2.5 million undocumented immigrants that came into the Biden administration, if you were to ask me, okay, based off the data that I've seen and off the projections I've seen from places like the Counts for Immigration Studies and the Pew Research Center. Okay, but just the fact that you're using Senate data instead of actual projections from people that actually studied this is crazy. Okay, but behind all that, again, that doesn't mean that Donald Trump has secured the border. Just because Donald Trump is using a bunch of border agents to stop people or deter people from seeking asylum doesn't mean that he's actually securing anything. Apprehensions are down. Border encounters are down. I would want those things to be up unless you're just assuming that people just stopped wanting to come to the United States, which, as Queen very aptly said, doesn't make much fucking sense.
I'm not saying that they don't want to come to the United States. They're just not getting in.
I'm sorry, let me kind of repeat what Queen said earlier. If they were trying to get in at the same rate and they were being stopped, then those encounter numbers would be higher. The encounter numbers are lower.
Okay. Even if the encounter numbers are lower, we're talking about why you support Trump. He's securing the border better than Biden did. He's building 1,300 miles of smart wall. Biden didn't do that, and all he did was try to shut down the border with the Langford bill,
and build more border wall, and build more border wall, and build more border wall, and build more border wall.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of crap in the Langford bill that was just
like what
crap. Like there was the threshold was like 500,000 per day, which it shouldn't.
500,000 per day. That is quite a threshold. That I've never heard that one before. That's a new Queen. Have you heard about this? Apparently, the Langford bill. That as soon as we hit 500,000 undocumented immigrants coming in a day, then then we'd have to shut it down. Then at that point, we'd have to shut it down. Just these poor border patrol agents just having to click through 500. I picture them with one of those clickers you see at, and they're just clicking through to 500,000, 500,000 migrants a day, sir. Just to be clear, you said under your numbers, you said that 1.5 million undocumented immigrants came in over a 4-year period. All right. And at that rate, and let me make sure that I got my date, that would be in 30 days. 1.5 million every 30 days at 500,000.
I don't know anything about that. I haven't heard that.
You just said it.
What did I say? I said what I was talking about.
Is it 3 days? Did I say 30? Is it 3 days? No. Oh my God, it's 3 days. I said 30 days. It's
for
3
illegal
days.
immigrant entry it shouldn't be
well.
5,000 per day. It should be a lower threshold before a mandatory shutdown.
Okay. I said 30 days. It was 3 days. Holy shit. I was thinking. I was thinking.
It's okay. Math is hard.
Yeah, math is hard. That's what I have Ari for. She does the math around here. Okay, I don't do math. Sir, that shutdown bill would have shut down the border literally immediately that day. You understand that, right?
I do understand that.
Then why is that bad?
It's bad because it should be way lower. It shouldn't be 5,000 per day. It should
perfect. Since Donald Trump stopped, Donald Trump stopped the border bill, what was the limit?
That's trying to do it. Establish a new normal. That shouldn't be the new normal.
Since Donald Trump stopped that from happening, what was the actual limit?
The threshold? I don't know the threshold under.
That's because there wasn't one. There wasn't a threshold. So literally, the bill would have went from unlimited to a max of 5,000 per day average over a week. Actually, 4,000 with a possible shutdown, 5,000 for a mandatory, right? So it would have went from unlimited down to 5,000. Okay. By the way, there still isn't a threshold. Okay. There's nothing in any of the bills that Donald Trump passed that creates that threshold. So we could have had a threshold of 4,000, had the option of a shutdown. 5,000 would have been a mandatory, and any day with 10,000. I'm sorry. Did you not? Hello? Thank you. So therefore, okay, we could have went from a threshold of unlimited to 4,000 or 5,000, depending on how you want to look at it. But instead, we went to a threshold of no threshold, still unlimited. How is that better?
It's not better, but the way Trump's not doing it, and I don't agree with Trump not adding a threshold. I agree with you on that there should be a threshold, but Biden's threshold wasn't any better.
By the way, it's a threshold of what? 5,000 what?
Illegal immigrants.
Wrong. The threshold is 5,000 encounters. The encounters that Queen very aptly showed you are inadmissibles.
Does that say in the Langford bill, encounters?
Yep.
5,000 encounters, right? That's what it says in the Langford bill?
Yep.
That's the stupidest crap I've ever heard, because then it would be shut down immediately from people who are trying to enter illegally at ports of entry.
That's the fucking point. That's the point that we're making. That's the entire point that we're making, sir. Is that literally the bill would have shut down the border immediately, sir? That is the point of what we're making, is that it immediately would have shut down the border because 5,000 encounters at ports of entry would have shut down the border.
The Langford bill that the 5,000 threshold doesn't specifically apply to illegal immigrants. It applies to all encounters, because then they would shut down the border because of legal people trying to enter or asylum seekers. That's stupid.
How are you going to know if they're
saying what you said was stupid? I'm not even talking on what we were talking at right now. I'm saying what you just said was stupid.
How are you going to know if
you said I was
illegal?
wrong, and then you said some stupid crap that it was encounters instead of illegal immigrants. If it was encounters instead of illegal immigrants as the threshold, then it would be any people trying to enter illegally and legally at ports of entry.
How do you know until you encounter them?
You don't, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, if the Langford bill would have passed, and if it was just for encounters, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if you know or don't know.
It does matter, because you got to encounter them
they're trying to
first
enter
to find
legally.
out if they are
count
legal
for the
or
threshold.
not. Okay.
Sir, is someone coming over to seek asylum an encounter?
Yes, I just said that. I just
Okay,
said
cool.
asylum seekers and people trying to enter illegally. You said that in the Langford bill it says encounters, not
Yeah.
illegal immigrants. If that's what it said,
Exactly,
then
sir.
that would
Because
count for the threshold.
here's the
You're
crazy thing
contradicting
about
yourself with the Langford
here's
bill.
the crazy thing about illegal immigrants. Okay, and this is why you couldn't earlier find the data of how many illegal immigrants are coming into the country every single day right now. It's because they're not coming in on a documented status. So therefore, how could we count to 5,000 of people that we don't see?
I don't know how they do it, but they do it.
No, they don't
I
do
mean, they
it.
did
No,
it.
no, no, they don't do it.
Trust the
No.
people they couldn't see under Biden.
Yeah, and they estimate it after the fact. Okay? They estimate it after the fact based off of how many encounters they have, based off the stops that they have. They estimate the approximate amount of people that they believe came in the country that no one saw. That's the entire point. There is no direct number. CBP doesn't even release a direct number because it doesn't exist. Okay? So how could you possibly count to 5,000 people of people you don't see?
It's an estimation, and they're going off of how many illegal immigrants are counted in the cities. They're going off of city data and county data to figure out how many illegal immigrants are in there, and state data to figure out how much there is in the
So
country.
how could they
and then,
use city data to calculate how many undocumented immigrants come in a day?
Okay, so I said they use city data and state data to, I don't know if I know they use data like that. I don't know if specifically that, but they use data from the states and stuff like that to figure out how many illegal immigrants are in the state, and they use that to figure out how many came into the country.
When?
Great question. Question of the day. When?
When? What do you mean when?
How do they know when they came in?
They don't know when they came in, but I mean, if there's an
So they don't
influx of
know?
illegal immigrants under a specific president, you would assume it's under that president. It's happening
So
under
it's
that
just
president.
assumptions.
I mean, if there's if there was a bunch of it'd be impossible for
Right.
a bunch of immigrants to
Mhm.
start coming in the country under Biden that were from Trump's administration.
Yeah, it's impossible unless you're God, like omnipresent. That's why it's better to count deportations because 100% that they were already here,
Yeah.
right? Because you're deporting them. You're deporting them out. You're removing them, right? So that's a better number to go off of instead of like whatever you're doing right now. Because you see how you're struggling to get there, right?
Yeah.
Right, you got to
And
encounter
anyways, in the
them to
Langford
kind
bill,
of
there
figure
was
out. Huh, bud?
what up? What'd you say?
You have to encounter them first to figure out if you need to expel or apprehend or inadmit, right? So you got to encounter them.
I was
So there's going
going
to be a
off an
limit of.
assumption of how they figured it out. I didn't actually know. I just assumed they would
That's why
use,
I'm trying to help you out here.
Yeah.
So you were incorrect, right? So the number that they go off of to find out who's here that's better is deportations because for 100% that they're already in the country because you're deporting them. Right.
That
But then
would
they get due process.
That would prove that there was 1.5 million illegal immigrants that were inside of the country, that got inside of the country under Biden.
Who proved that?
I showed you all the article, and you just said that they go off of deportations.
From what article?
Here, and that's what data they used to get that number.
From what year?
I'm just going off of what you said. You said I was wrong. You said they used
deportation
data,
numbers.
They used data from deportations to figure out how many.
Yeah. So how many people are deported by Trump last year? Do you know that number?
I think it was about like 600,000.
Correct. So you don't know when these people got into the country, though.
I don't.
Exactly. So you cannot definitively say that 605,000 people entered in solely under Biden, right? But you can
No, I
say
can't say that.
that
I
Donald
can't,
Trump
that's true. I can't
deported
believe that.
605. His administration deported that. That's what you can say, right? Okay. All right, bud.
Okay. Well, I mean, even if we can't prove how many immigrants came into the country under Trump or under Biden, Biden wasn't doing all the stuff Trump's doing. Like he deployed,
was doing more.
It was
He
like
was doing
10,000.
more than what Trump is
It was
doing.
either Texas or Trump that deployed 10,000 military troops to the border, and that helped with logistics. And he's actively adding to the border, and he helped get recruitment. Sorry, I can't talk. Recruitment numbers up for Border Patrol, which Biden wasn't doing. I mean, even with the Langford bill, there was so many problems with the Langford bill. It might have helped for a little bit, but it wasn't gonna.
It's funny how you haven't
wasn't
actually said
do
one
all the stuff that
problem.
Trump was trying to do.
You know what
Is
you
trying
need
to
in order to recruit more people?
What?
You need Congress to approve funding to have more Border Patrol agents. You can't recruit more people into Border Patrol until you have all the funding in order to hire more Border Patrol. If you don't have any funding, then there's no point in recruiting anybody because you can't hire them. The
There
Langford
was funding in
bill,
the Langford bill for adding border wall and adding
Border Patrol
funding.
agents, yeah. So there would have been
Yeah, adding funding
recruitment
for border patrol agents, but there
after
was
you were
also
able
other
to do
stuff in
that.
there that
It's
had
so
loopholes.
it's really funny, and like and really like, and I mean funny in like the most like not funny way. How literally everything that Donald Trump is doing was in the Langford bill, but the Langford bill is a problem, and when Trump does it, it's fine. So when the Langford bill tries to build a wall, it's a bad bill. When Trump tries to build a wall, great, helps secure our border. When Joe Biden adds border patrol, it wants to add border patrollers, Langford bill horrible, can't do it, can't like horrible. When Donald Trump does it, great, excellent, right? Can't wait to have anymore. Like everything that Donald Trump is doing was in the Langford bill, plus so much more. Okay, like literally so much more.
Langford bill
so much more for cheaper. Okay, so there was more stuff for cheaper, and you're like, shitty bill, right? Because like we said earlier, there is no limit on immigration numbers right now on how many people come in. There is no limit. There's no limit right now. Langford bill would have provided it. Hey, we have a whole bunch of people that are on on notices to appear, asylum seekers that don't know their status in the country. We would have fixed that. We would have reduced their time in this country from like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years down to under 6 months. Haven't done that. Haven't fixed that at all, right? They're deporting more people under the Biden administration, right? The actual deportation numbers were actually higher than the number. And cheaper, right? Because we weren't trying to do photo shoots and build concentration camps every single time we did something, right? So literally everything would have been better and cheaper under the Langford bill. Donald Trump stopped all of that from happening, right? And you don't care at all, right? But you try to give Donald Trump credit for doing the thing that he stopped, literally lighting a match, right, on our immigration system. He lights the match, watches it burn, kills the whole fire department, right? Lets it burn for a year, and then you guys give him credit for like just for coming in with a fire extinguisher afterwards. Not even extinguishing the whole fire, not actually fixing the problem at all. Right? Just band-aiding the problem. Like, he didn't even like go inside the house. He just sprayed a fire extinguisher from outside and then called himself fucking Houdini and fucking continued on with his day. It's a fucking joke, dude. Like, it's really a joke. I think the worst part about this, the worst part about this is we have an actual immigration problem in this country. We have an actual.
You read the Langford bill, right? I've heard you say on your thing,
sir. I don't know if you could read the Langford bill if it was all in pictures. Okay, I was speaking.
I have it pulled up right now. You read it, right? It says in the Langford bill that year one, if the border shut down, it'll be shut down for 270 days. So, then the border shut down.
270 days if
Shut
what?
down, if it's year two, it goes to 225 days. Year three, 180 days. And that it's just open
180 days,
and
if not what? I love these guys who try to pull up 100-page bills, who try to pull up 100-page bills and try to read it to me with no context, live on the live of something they've never read before. So 180 days, if not what?
And it says if it's a national interest, if it's a national interest, Congress can suspend the border shutdown for up to 45 days. So it doesn't do anything. It just shuts it down for a specific period. That it's just no more border shutdown. Doesn't help anything. It's like, oh, we're closed. We're just gonna wait a little while, and we're open again.
So what do you think is happening in that 225 days?
200 days next year.
Hey! Sir, I'm sorry that you just decided to read in the last 30 seconds a bill that I literally shut up. I'm very happy that you decided to read a bill in the last 30 seconds that is hundreds of pages long and was written years ago and I've read very in depth, okay? But please be quiet because you're about to embarrass yourself, so just stop, okay? If the border is shut down for legal migration, including NTAs, right? Including paroles, asylum seekers, you might know them as, refugees. If it's shut down for all of that time, then what is the Border Patrol going to be used for? Sorry, I'll just answer the... Okay, no, you don't fucking know because you don't know what was in the fucking bill because you're trying to read a fucking chat GPT summary of a fucking bill you don't know a fucking goddamn thing about, and you're trying to read a fucking quick summary of it, and you're trying... Because shut up! Holy shit, dude. There's nothing I fucking hate more than fucking pseudo-intellectuals who think they can fucking chat GPT an answer to a complex fucking question, and they think they are fucking smart enough to argue it against people that actually know it. Talk fucking again, and I will drop you from this fucking live. Talk again while I'm fucking talking.
Yell at me.
You can go wherever the fuck you want. I truly could not give a shit. Fuck off, dude. Holy shit. I am literally trying to talk to you, and you are literally sitting here cutting me off every 3 seconds to spill a bunch of bullshit that you know fucking nothing about. You think I fucking need you here? You think I need you cutting me off every time I fucking try to speak? How about this? How about you take your dumb little 25-year-old ass and go read the fucking bill? Read the fucking bill, not a chat GPT summary where I go, how can I prove Polly wrong on the fucking Langford bill so I fucking know how to answer it? You don't know what you're fucking talking about. Let's just say you're fucking right. Let's just say you're fucking right. Let's pretend you're fucking right. Even if you're fucking right, okay, and it's shutting down the border for a small amount of time, that's still better than everything that Donald Trump has done in this fucking year, because he still to this fucking day has not put in a fucking limit for how many people can cross the border. Even if it was for 40 days, 50 days, 180 days, pick a fucking number. Doesn't fucking matter, because all of those numbers are higher than what Donald Trump has put in. All of them, every single number that you fucking mention. But you guys just fucking get on your knees and fucking just try to fucking pleasure Donald Trump so fucking hard that you can't even understand that literally every single motherfucking thing that you say that you like that Donald Trump is trying to do, fucking Biden tried to do, and fucking Republicans and Donald Trump stopped him. Everything that you like that Donald Trump tried to do, your fucking AI wall, all that bullshit, that was in fucking bills under Biden. All of it. Everything. Donald Trump hasn't had an original thought in his fucking head ever. Donald Trump has never had an original thought in his entire fucking life. Okay? He is stealing 10% of what Biden tried to do and fucking calling it his own. That's it. That's all he's fucking doing. He is a fucking joke. This bill is a joke. And the fact that you guys have been manipulated because you're in a fucking cult, all right? The fact that you guys have been manipulated to actually fucking pretend like this is some type of like win for Donald Trump is a fucking joke. He's wrecked our economy. He hasn't fixed our immigration system. He put us at fucking war. Fucking military troops are fucking dying in a war that we got fucking manipulated into by fucking Israel. He has no fucking idea what he's going to do about China. His trade fucking war failed and we fucking lost. Okay, manufacturing jobs have lost over 100,000 just in 2026, and you guys are still trying to give him credit for this shit. It's fucking sad, dude. You guys need to fucking pull your fucking face out of his fucking stinky, diaper-filled fucking asshole. Okay, and understand that what you guys are supporting is a fucking joke. A fucking three-legged corgi could do 10 times as much as Donald Trump could do in a fucking heartbeat, but y'all didn't like Kamala Harris because of her fucking laugh. Y'all are fucking pathetic.
What he said. What he said.
W's in the chat for Polly and Queen. W's in the chat for Polly and Queen.
He ate. He did.
God, oh my God, it is the most annoying thing. People that have never read a fucking bill in their entire life. That, you know, and I will say, AI, generative AI, is doing some good things. It's doing a lot of bad, but it's doing a lot of good too. Okay? It is doing a lot of good. And if you use it in the correct way, it does a lot of good. Okay? The worst thing that it has done, like no joke, what generative AI has done, it has convinced morons that they're smart. Okay. It has convinced morons that they're smart because they can chat GPT something real quick and they think they fucking understand it. Okay. It has convinced people who fucking barely pass with fucking C's and civics in middle school think they now understand the fucking government. Okay. Because they can chat GPT it real quick. It's pathetic, dude.
This is like my niche. Generative AI is just a high level talking parrot, right? It goes off of prompts that you tell it. And if you're not asking it to lie to you, you're doing yourself a disservice, and use Claude. And then there's agentic. I think I have an echo, but there is also agentic, which is utilizing bots. And it is a helpful tool when utilized accurately. Like, for instance, if you use it in utilities, it can see if a grid is going to overpower to make sure that it resets the power so it minimizes wildfires, right? Things like that. However, you know, if you take a look and see where they're putting data centers, how it's overusing our water and how we are low on drinking water supply, and it's increasing and making our planet hot, that's where it's negative, right? So there's good and bad, but the main thing is anything that is given to you for free, be suspicious of it, right? And this is causing us to make sure that we don't think. The one thing that you'll see all around my house is books. So I recommend that you pick one up and you start reading and start doing the research yourself, because you don't want to be like the guy that was on the phone.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Well, I think with that, I think we're going to end the live. I've been on for like 2.5 hours. I think I'm going to call it a day. This is my late night live tonight anyway. So I'm going to call it a live. Y'all, big W's to chat for Queen for joining me tonight. Really, really appreciate y'all for being here. And thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. W's to chat for Queen for that. Yeah, end it with a bang. Why not? I will see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central. And I will be back on at my normal time. I'll be on with Matt tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And I love you guys. And I hope you guys have a good one, okay? See you guys later. Bye.